Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a beautiful Easter Sunday. Um, no matter what you believe in, it was a wonderful day for me. It was a great day in church, and it was a great day to be with my family and her kids and her grandkids. It was an awesome day. No matter what you believe in, and even those that don't believe, I still respect you. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Um, Later, we will have Sparrow. She will be joining us. She will be giving us a recap on what's going on with Kamala Anthony and then Mouthpiece. Uh, a recap, possibly on mental health and how we see our way of thinking. We got some type of special sickness going on in the world right now. Mental health is real. There is nothing wrong with getting therapy. I was in Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron last night, and he was also talking about getting therapy. People, please be advised. We are not all wrapped 100%, none of us. We all have something. And let me see. I guess I need to be doing a mic check. I got my phone. Hold on, I want to make sure I have my check because I don't have any. Okay, so I did my phone. So anyway, I want to do this show on drill music. Unfortunately, I sort of lost it Saturday night when I was on a panel, and somebody said that they like drill music, and I about lost it. I about went into cardiac arrest because I'm thinking anybody that is from the city of Chicago knows that drill music has been the worst music ever to hit the streets of Chicago. And it has come with people being unalive. Now, I do need to probably make my apology just as loud when I was like, if somebody said they like drill music, I still have to be respectful and say, okay, that's what you like. But for me, I will never understand why anybody could co-sign drill music. Now, I just want to give you some history on what drill music is. Drill music is a subgenre of hip-hop that emerged in Chicago in the early 2010s, characterized by dark, ominous beats and lyrics that often detail gang violence, drug use, and street life. It's a form of creative expression, but it also sparks controversy due to its focus on violence and its potential impact on youth. Drill music is known for its aggressive, sometimes jarring beats. It also features rapid, hi-hat patterns, echoing the sounds of gunfire and other electronic elements that creates a sense of tension and urgency. The lyrics in drill music often depict the realities of life in high crime areas, including gang rivalries, drug dealing, and the use of violence to solve problems. Some artists also incorporate elements of taunting or mockery into their lyrics. This music started in Chicago, Illinois. So for anybody to say they're from Chicago, Illinois, and we see the violence that went on with artist Chief Keef, Pop Smoke, all of these people, the dissing of people, the unaliving of people, I guess they raised the level with drill music. They raised it to a whole nother level. So, okay, hold on, everybody. I'm going to show another video. And I like to come with the evidence. Wait a minute.
I'm in the session. God Jones in my presence. It's all about sending blessings, sending messages. Get cause we present.
Amari Morell is Jacksonville born and raised. He's a rapper, a talented one too, with a sound that embodies a new generation of hip-hop artists.
Let it ride, let it roll that.
This one gonna pop though. This one got a message for sure.
A generation of artists who some say, fairly or unfairly, are being blamed for a spike in violence across the country.
Another local rapper is dead. Late last night, officers responded to calls of shots fired.
Violence that has already claimed the lives of too many. While that blame has taken many forms over the years, lately, that subgenre drill has had the biggest target on its back. It's immensely popular, hard-hitting, and the lyrics are provocative. What is drill?
In layman's terms, it's like a subgenre of hip-hop, right? The dissing is what established, oh, this is a drill record. They're dissing each other, they're calling each other's names out, which was like new. Like before in hip-hop, if you diss somebody, you really didn't say their name. It was like subliminal. So all that context made what drill is. It's like direct diss music, beefing.
You probably heard of the popular names. The late Pop Smoke out of New York, Chicago's Chief Keef, who many see as the godfather of the genre. And now, a new crop of artists have taken up the mantle, like Brooklyn rappers Fabio Foreign, Chef G, even the viral Bronx native Ice Spice's sound is influenced by the new style of drill. The term drill was coined by the late rapper Pac-Man. But what exactly defines drill is up for debate. But everyone agrees that the drill in drill music is all about one thing: violence. Jacksonville, Florida is one of the latest American cities to see a huge rise in young drill artists.
3 Jacksonville men face charges after a reported ambush targeting rapper Young and Ace.
Firearms have become increasingly prevalent in these videos, with content that insults and challenges rival gangs and groups.
Over the last few years, Jacksonville has seen an uptick in homicides.
When I see you, I'm gonna push your shit back, boy. Try to get the spin through your set. We don't fight, boy.
A somber reality reflected in 2021 when rappers Spinna Benz, Wappa with the Choppa, Young and Ace, and Fast Money Goon, believed to be members of the gang ATK, Bleach Who I Smoke, a track that calls out the names of murdered rivals over a Vanessa Carlton song. The cavalier attitude towards life and death raises questions about a young person's future in the new rap game.
This the man cave right here.
Oh, this is the spot.
4 times, respectively, have been rapping since they could talk. They're hoping to build out a studio in the shed. But for now, they're making it work in their mom's closet.
This is where you walk in when you're ready to record a song. Do you bring a mic in, or how does it work?
I use some Apple headphones just to be plugged into my phone, and boom, if the door is open and my sister, she right there in the cord running through here to where we can't shut the door and she mastering it, I would turn my back so I would keep my surround sound over here.
Amari's dream is to make a name for himself in hip-hop. In 2023, that more or less means embracing drill.
Damn, Spencer. In my dreams, I see a dead man walk. Eyes on the red hand walk. Eyes on the red body. Looking around, dead man talking.
True to the genre, Amari raps about his reality. He doesn't shy away from addressing the violence, poverty, and loss he's faced.
They give me mad to see red. He's spending back till he dead. I've been a daughter, won't begin a problem, but I ain't a problem, he's tears.
But he wants his songs to be therapeutic and cathartic, not vehicles for call-outs and views.
Big houses, cars, release stress. Big ARs and these meds. Kick shit like Mario need reds. Can't sleep with thoughts to be red.
Because now it's like everybody want to be the big guy. They want to be the front guy. They want to be the boss guy. They want everybody under them.
Where do we draw the line? Where do we get to the point to where as soon as I get off this mic, I'm at you? What is it that we have? People getting beat up, people getting killed.
I'm curious, how has this affected you guys?
They done lost a brother to the street and violence. They lost their oldest brother. It's an everyday battle.
Amari and Milla's oldest brother, Jamar, was never fully able to shake the streets. In Ohio, April 2017, at 34 years old, he was shot and killed, just a few days shy of Milla's 10th birthday.
You always had your talent, but that was the day you found your focus.
It gave me a lot of more reason. I already got brothers that done rap. That done gave me a reason. Then just what I experienced, that gave me a reason. Then, we got the baby goat. She motivated me. That gave me a reason. And then that, you know what I'm saying? I knew he was up there smiling. Like, no cap. Yeah.
Amari wrote a song about the loss of his brother.
Everybody grieved different, and it's like he couldn't really find the words to say. He was angry, really, really, really angry. And if you hear the song, you can hear the pain in his voice. He he went off on that one.
My brothers ain't dead, different mothers still looked after each other. We always loved each other. One sister, 8 brothers. Yeah, my moves hadn't changed since I lost more. Yeah, my moves hadn't.
That's actually the first day I learned that whatever I don't talk about, I can write it out and then talk about it to the mic. Let nobody else have power over my emotions and junk like that.
Our thanks to Asha. For more on United States of Drill, Rap, Beef, and Bullets, watch Impact by Nightline, now streaming on Hulu.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage.
So that was somebody that was trying to do something positive with the drill music. But again, is this music? They talk about unaliving each other. It started in Chicago. I'm from Chicago and to see the effects that it did to the youth of Chicago. So what you had them doing, they were making music. They weren't sending subliminal messages in this drill music. They were naming names. They were telling people, I did this to such and such. I did this to such and such. I shot such and such. I lied on the live such and such. So then they would have a party. Now you got a shootout. Because do you think that anybody in their right mind is going to sit up and listen to somebody talking about they done unalived their brother, their sister, or they done shot them and they lucky to be alive? Like, this is crazy to me. You know, again, I will make my apology just as loud. If somebody say that they like drill music, that's on them. For me, I'm going into cardiac arrest. I damn nearly had a heart attack Saturday night. For anybody that come from the city of Chicago, and we look at people that are unaliving each other, they're so bold to be talking about what they did to somebody. And they name names. Now here's another video I want to share with you. Because I need y'all to know what drill music is. That was one set of people trying to turn it into positive, but it's too late. We wonder why people are not following the bylaws of the game. And that's because of the drill music. Women and babies are supposed to be off limits. We see them now. They're unaliving. Kids, women, everybody now. No values. So hell no, I don't like no damn drill music. Here's another video.
We got a sheriff in Jacksonville by the name of T.K. Waters who says, when they identify drill rappers, they run them out of town. Why? They want to be proactive. Make sure they get the message. Don't play around in Jacksonville, or you will be going to prison. I ain't got no problem with that, but some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. All right, who got a problem with it though, fam? Give me a thumbs up if you don't have a problem with it. Thumbs down if you got a problem with it. Okay, here we go. The reason why I don't have a problem with it is because of the way the sheriff explained himself. Now, typically I would be saying, nah, man, you can't just be targeting somebody because you don't like what they're saying, as long as they're not committing a crime. But he said that what they do is they start monitoring these guys when they start talking that, talk about smoking on this guy, smoking on that guy, bringing up the dead and getting on social media, waving guns and all that stuff. He said they start watching them and they'll approach them and say, hey, we know what you're doing. Idea is to give them a chance to change. We're going to give you fair warning, but we know what you're doing. We could just wait for you to do something and then go ahead and get you. But we can't issue a warrant right now for your arrest because you haven't committed a crime, but we see what path you're on. And we know that if you keep on doing that, you're going to have to get a visit from us real soon. So what we want to do is be proactive and avoid all of that. We don't really want to lock you up. We really don't want to ruin your life. We really don't want to see you kill yourself for somebody else in our community. But if you do, we're going to take you down. But we're giving you an out right now. We're giving you an out right now. Oh, I like that. I think that's a good idea. And I think really that should be all the way across the board with everybody, not just with the police, but the people in the community too. Yeah, that's right. I said it. The people in the community should give the bad actors an ultimatum. Like, look, man, you're making a neighborhood unsafe. You out here robbing, shooting, killing, whatever. We're not having that in our community anymore. It's time for us to make our neighborhood safe. And anybody who ain't helping or hurting. Yeah, man. We got to get used to that notion. I know it sounds foreign, don't it? It sounds revolutionary. But, one of the safest times that our communities ever had was when the Black Panthers were patrolling. The Black Panthers said, hey, man, we about to make our neighborhood safe. And if you're not with us, you're against us. And if you're against us, you will pay. And they made people pay that was against them. And it wasn't that many people that was really against them because everybody kind of fell in line. See? So I think we got to get used to that notion, like taking the hood back. And when I say hood, I mean our neighborhoods. I'm not talking about something that don't have value. I'm saying our neighborhoods. Everything that go with it. Our neighborhood, our schools, our convenience stores, our parks, our streets, our front yards, backyards, homes, apartment complexes. It's time to take it all back. And all it really takes is a few good men. That's right, a few good men. That's all it takes. Yeah. The sheriff says they work with a pastor who will minister to the young men and try to get them on the right track. And they also have other community leaders and partners who they work with to get the youngsters on track. So I think this is a good thing. Instead of just all of a sudden waking up one day and just sweeping everybody. Now, go ahead and let them know, look, man, you got a choice. Because some of them don't believe they have a choice. Some of them believe this is it. This is all I know. This is all it's going to be. But if given a choice, it's like a lot of people drink out of dirty glasses, right? There are people around the world who drink water from dirty glasses. But if you give a person an option to drink water out of a clean glass or a dirty glass, most people who got a lick of sense are going to choose that clean glass. Even if it's a bum on the street, even if it's a homeless person, they're going to choose that clean glass to drink out of. So this, in my opinion, is what the sheriff is offering. They're offering them a clean glass to drink from. The sheriff also said they have an entire department that's dedicated to watching online activities. Yeah. So as soon as they find out about a youngster flexing, talking about murder, waving guns, they start monitoring them, and they monitor them closely. And they just gather information, because, a lot of them do a lot of self-snitching. So they just start gathering information. They start, getting information on their family, their friends. They just start connecting the dots. And then when they go after them, they go after the entire network. And they have more than enough evidence to do what they got to do to remove them from civilized society. Yeah, that's a good thing. I think that they should do that around the country. And I'm going to tell you this, fam, usually, I don't really trust law enforcement. And I'm not saying that I just all the way trust these guys, but I'm willing to give these guys the benefit of doubt. Because a lot of them, all they want to do is harass, arrest, shoot, and kill. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment.
Okay, so we have seen. Oh wait, hold on. We have seen these rappers be arrested, and everybody's happy. Why? Why they arresting all of the rappers? No, that's because they've been watching them. They have been put under the radar. They talking about who they done smoked and all of that. Anybody that say they like drill music, in my opinion, you're messed up. We glorify everything that's bad for us. We've been glorifying pimps, dope dealers, and everything our entire life. Now, B Sparrow is up here. I'm going to let her talk. I'm going to mute my mic. Oh, and I see Prince Pierre done join us. So, B, you gone. You have.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I don't know anything about this music. I really don't. I don't. This is my. I heard about it, but I didn't touch it. But I was wondering why the authorities are starting to look at rap lyrics lately. Even in the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Because of what Kendrick Lamar said about Drake, not even what Drake said about Kendrick Lamar, because he said some things too, but what Drake said, what Kendrick said about Drake, accusing him of being a pedophile, they looking at his lyrics. In one of his songs, he had to change the lyrics. He had to take some lyrics out. I think it was Euphoria. I saw an article the other day where he had to take some lyrics out. This is sad that rap has come to this.
But you know, Drake also had a 12 to 13-year-old girl. You know, they were saying they was friends in the bed. But this drill rap music, these got to be like all of these rappers that are being picked up, they have basically told what they've done in the music. They done said who they done popped off, what they done did to them. That's why they all being arrested. They don't got somebody after them. No, y'all not. You ignorant. You stupid.
It's just amazing how when rap first came out, it was pure. It rapped about things in the hood, but it wasn't. The rappers then they weren't specific and they weren't gritty like they are now.
No, that's not true. Because the guy you just listened to, Willie D, they were gritty, but they just formed it, we'll call it hardcore. He had songs like Free These Nikes, but he wasn't directing it towards nobody particularly. He's just talking about his lifestyle. You got Scarface, he would talk about slanging dope. But he would have, seeing that same old brown Cadillac. We don't know who was in the Cadillac. We don't know who the guy was. So it was like fictional, but they were still talking about some murder. You also had Brother Lich Hung. He was, so no, it just, drill music is different. The first drill music that ever came out was Hit 'Em Up with Tupac. That's what started it. But we overlooked it because it was like one incident. It was one isolated incident, right?
But see, I wasn't even talking about Tupac era. I was talking about when it first came out in the mid 70s, late 70s to early 80s. They may have been talking about it, but they weren't really. You had to kind of figure out what they were talking about.
Yeah, because you had beefs.
But now it's just out. Blake.
You just had battles. It wasn't beefs, it was just battles. You had Kumo D in LL, You had,
right, yeah. But I'm saying you had to really
battles.
Right. Mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Blessings on blessings, Queens.
What
Blessings
say
on
you,
blessings.
Mouthpiece?
Man,
Hey,
I definitely got to chime in because y'all know y'all speaking about the culture, you know what I'm saying, our culture that we embrace. I got to start off with this. When hip hop first started, it was the voice of the voiceless. It was for those people that was abandoned, that was left in rural neighborhoods, that was destroyed, that they had to rebuild their communities. You know what I'm saying? Because the true definition of hip hop is higher infinite power healing our people. You know what I'm saying? It was made by the people, for the people, to help the people, not kill the people. The enemy has turned the tide, y'all. The enemy switched up the whole game to make it a destructive culture. We still got some FBAs still alive, still upholding the foundation of what the culture really means. But this is nothing more than a ploy to destroy us and destroy everything we built, as well as our music.
Yeah, and I was just going back.
That's why drill.
But I was just going back to the start of it because a lot of people like to bring NWA, Ghetto Boys, Ice Cube. They like, because they the one that started the hardcore rap, gangster rap. Drill rap is a wholly different thing than actually gangster rap in the early 90s. Really 89.
So they just took gangster rap to
really
another
88
level.
when NWA came out. And they were just talking about what was going on. They was high-siding the dope man. They was talking about F the police and those type of things. And then when Cube left, he went on to do his other thing. And then NWA went all the way explicit, with the degrading women's and everything. So they went on hard over there. You know, I was just talking about the ghetto boys, talking about MJG. They was all they was doing was really glorifying the 70s exploitation films, and also, you know what I'm saying, the crack epidemic that happened in the early 80s. So they started doing that. But at the same time, you did have songs like Chucky and all that. The only reason I brought Willie D up because you played him. So I'm not letting guys slip and slide. I'm just letting you know what people were in, because that's when they was talking about Miss Tuck and them. That's when Miss Tuck and them came out, and Tipper Gore and them came out going after Two Live Crew, going after the ghetto boys, going after them, trying to. They said they're gonna start putting stickers on your, sort of stickers on your mouth in a little bit. So that's how they put the parental advisory on the records, right? You know, because you walk into a record store back then. I could go before that. I could walk in the record store and buy a DJ Quick tape at the age of 14, 13. I ain't gonna bet about that, right? But before the stickers, so I was right in that era. So, yeah, you know, yeah. But
the term gangster rap, now does not define what gangster rap was when Ghetto Boys was doing it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Because gangster rap then was revolutionary. Gangster rap then was the statement combining itself with the small sections of the Black Panthers. You see what I'm saying? Gangster rap had a revolutionary stance at that point in time because we had Tupac, we had Public Enemy, we had NWA, like you were just saying. But as you notice, them brothers always were what color? Black. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so the founding fathers of gangster rap, they stood on business. They stood on what it was about. It wasn't glorification of them killing their people and selling drugs in their community. It wasn't glorified like that. It was a means to survive. They were saying this is the messed up way that I chose to survive. They wasn't glorifying it the way it's being glorified today.
I don't know. I got to be real. Mr. Scarface went up and down the block. Come on now. He's going flying, slinging dope. Let's not play game. Let's be real and let's be honest.
It's not a game. It's the truth. No, brother. No, brother. See, that's where you go wrong at. See, you go wrong at that. Because like I was just saying.
I was raised up in it.
Because like I was just saying.
I was supporting.
Because like I was just saying, I was raised up in it too. I was raised up in it too. I'm being 100 too, brother. I'm being 100 too, brother.
Because Willie D never said all Chucky's going on.
That's what I'm saying. Let's be real. They had other levels
For cinematic value. It was not a base of their career. If you look at all their biggest songs was not about selling dope. They made a song called Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. They made a song called Mind Playing Tricks on Me.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. If you gonna talk that, brother, you got to talk it all the way around the board, brother.
Don't be one-sided. But I'm talking. I know the history of the ghetto boys.
Robbing
but I
little kids for bags. Little kids for bags was telling them.
Willie D said he never sold a mess, all that. I remember them, but we just gonna be real though.
Because
they did it all. It's like what Dr. Khalid Abdul-Muhammad even said. Dr. Khalid Abdul-Muhammad said, "Yeah, you got to put your." He said it in a speech. He said, the hip hop at the time he was alive in the '90s. He said, "Hey, they got to put in the stuff to tease you to bring you in, but they need to put the message in the middle and the end." That's what he say.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we can't. But we're not going to exalt people and just because.
But we ain't gonna condemn them neither, though, brother. We ain't gonna condemn our brothers neither, though.
Nah,
we ain't gonna condemn them.
I ain't gonna condemn them, but we gonna stat the stats back and exact. I'm not saying that they did it to the level of what these kids doing, but we got to always talk about the apex of the game because the difference. That's right. My take is that it was called horrorcore. That's what the ghetto boys and them spitted. So if they let it know it's fictional. They didn't go after a particular group.
Thank you.
They even said, "Don't diss us on no wax. We don't diss you on no wax. We know how to talk about simple topics." Now let's get to the drill. The drill is 100% trash, 100% no good because you actually calling people out for real. You really going. You basically truly banging on wax outside the wax. You over there telling on yourself. You're doing all kind of things. It actually is.
And you disrespecting the dead. That's my biggest problem with drill music. I don't like the fact that they making up all this shit disrespecting dead people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The respect for people that have passed on is null and void. I don't appreciate that. And that's why I feel like drill music was another ploy created to destroy our people and destroy our culture.
Yeah, they created it on their own. A lot of these guys, because they coming up doing, see, they ain't come up, see difference between the record labels. You understand me? Back in the day, big money. Now these guys over here, most of the mainstream guys, most of them really like Kendrick Lamar. It's just a battle. It's just a battle there with him. He's mainstream. But a lot of these King Vons and these other guys that's getting prominent and end up being where they need to be. You deserve what you get out here. You're going to get out here and you're going to really go after people, talking about unaliving people, talking about going after people's mama, shooting up mama's houses, shooting up mama and grandmama's house. I think what, Pooh Shiesty or whatever, got his grandmama's house shut up and they burned the house down with a minute. You know how bad that is? You know how good can you get when you're going to go mess with the grandparents? These are people that ain't going to go mess with the grandparents. These kids are gone. It's terrible. They do need to lock them up. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I actually agree with what the orange man said. You want to be a violent criminal and be on some serial? Yeah, ship them on over there and let the Salvador handle you. So we can really deter you now. Because sending you to a correctional facility in this country is not going to deter now crime. Because they know they can call their girl up, they can call their mama up and get some money. Over there in Salvador, you can't send no money to them books over there. They don't want your money. They like their little $5,000-$6,000 that the state or whoever gonna give them. They happy. And if he you one meal a day, you're gonna come out there sucker poor. It's time to get real. It's time to get real and it's time to get even. It's time to fight fire with fire. So now we have something to go in the neighborhood to teach kids about. Because we can't deter them from the American correctional facility, but we can deter them from going to El Salvador or Venezuela correctional facilities. They don't want to go there. That'll deter a child real quick. But when I'm talking about children, not these dudes that are already in it, I don't care about the current criminals today, the next generation, the generation Alpha and the young kids right now. We need an example, and somebody got to go be an example. You got to go and be a 14th Amendment slave somewhere else, not in this land. But that's my take on that. That's the only way you're gonna stop this. And then on top of that,
I don't agree with that take, brother. But I understand what you mean, brother. But I don't agree with that take, brother.
Brother, they glorifying American prisons over there right now. They don't care about American prisons, bro.
I don't know what else to do.
We're talking about true violent criminals.
It's other ways.
Ain't no other.
Exactly. And I understand.
You a serial killer, you need to get up out of here, bro.
Yeah, to that degree. Serial killers,
for
sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I thought you was talking about the young brothers. It sounded like you was talking about the young brothers, the drill rappers and stuff. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I'm talking about them. Yes, I'm talking about them.
Some young dude that's sitting up to unalive somebody's family house, their grandmother, their mother, and the kid.
So you was talking about the young brothers.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guys that went over there looking for a guy and ended up killing. Well, I'm gonna say that over here. I've been on TikTok, so you got to talk.
Yeah, you can say it. Yeah.
You're over there putting in murders on grandmamas and granddaddies, burning the houses up, killing kids in cars, running over there killing. Nah, bro, you got to go. Sorry, we can't do nothing with you here. We send you to a correctional facility in America. You might clean up, but that ain't deterring the next generation. They thinking it's cool to go over there to an American prison. They think it's a badge of honor. Ain't no badge of honor going to El Salvador, bro. Ain't no badge of honor. That is shame on your mom and daddy's name. They can't help you. They can't do nothing for you. That is the problem, because somebody can always send money to you. Them men get on the phone. You can't get on no phones over there. They need to go to a dungeon, bro. I'm sorry. And I'm not.
That's gonna have some downsides though. That downside is gonna be way worse than that. It's gonna be
the downsides of them coming back. They might be crazy, but if they come back and do it again, they're gonna go right back. You're done. We talking about true violent criminals. We're not talking about guys just going around the corner doing something minor. We talking about true violent crime where they are causing harm to civilians. See, they getting out. They going after civilians, man. Back in the day, you stick with the set. You stick with gangster on gangster. You didn't go to the thing. It's like in The Wire, remember?
Yep.
they was Sundays wouldn't put no work in on Sunday because they know mama and grandmama and them going to church. But soon as Monday hit, war is back to war. Well, it ain't that kind of gangsterism no more. This is straight.
Yeah, that's what I
keeping
was
us
saying
clean.
earlier. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. The
They're
defiance.
not following the bylaws neither.
Yeah, the stance on gangsterism at that point in time, it stood on principles and morals, and it had laws
It
and
was all
things that
about
you had to
money.
respect. Yeah, you had to respect that. You couldn't go grind on this man's neighborhood without his consent. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, they still had their bad patches too. But the good outweighed the bad in certain instances.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
still put
Now
money
we
in
have it. It's lawless. It ain't no rules, like you just said. Moms and daughters and sons and various people are getting, civilians are getting unalived because they in the wrong place at the wrong time because these dudes shooting at each other and can't shoot. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, man. Don't get me wrong. Sending them to El Salvador,
Is it hard?
sending them to El Salvador ain't gonna solve it, but it will create
You got it right. You can go
a
in the
distance
community and be able to
from
preach something
hardened criminals.
alternative.
But the problem with that is this: the only problem with that is this: if we are gonna get on the drill rappers and all of that stuff, we gotta also get on these corrupted officials too. They gotta go to El Salvador too. All of them gotta go.
They all gotta go. They all gotta go.
We
They all
can't
gotta
just
go.
can't.
They
Yeah,
all
we ain't gonna
gotta
just put all of the microscope on them. Yeah, get them all out of here. Yep.
go.
You gotta clear the whole swamp. Don't just clear the half of the swamp. Clear the whole swamp
They
up.
illegals now, but I think it's gonna be hard to get that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
the
hard to
racists
get
too.
that to
The
America.
racists too. Get them out of here too.
All of them. Get them all out of here. But if they committing crimes,
But see,
hardcore
what I have a
crimes,
problem with the drill rappers. The problem I have with the drill rappers is y'all killing y'all own people. You talking about it, you bragging about it, and you unaliving kids now. That last rapper that got shot, what was that? And down there in Dallas, with the kids in the
Yeah,
car.
Lil Ronnie, the guy that got shot. Lil Ronnie with his daughter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, dude, no.
Right down from my old neighborhood. They used to live back in the day. In Forest Hill, I used to live over there.
Oh, you used to live over there, bro?
Yeah, I used to live over there when I was a kid. Yeah, I remember that. Used to be a fish shack over there next to it, and there used to be a raggedy little car wash, old school car wash. You know what I'm saying? Where the D-Fiends over there washing it for you. That kind of car wash.
Yeah.
But they done swooped it up now and made it digital.
They made it Splish Splash now. They changed it to Stiffies or something.
Yeah, it's Splish Splash now.
Yeah. I feel you, OG.
They called him slipping bad. They say it was based off some gambling and everything. So
I think gambling was part of it, but it wasn't really necessarily gambling. I think it was beef. It was beef.
It was both.
It was it was both. It was a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
But kids died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that beautiful little girl has died. They made a mural for him too. They painted a mural for him out there too.
You know, because I lived there, so when that happened, that was early in March. I came back. I was driving, so I came back like right during the funeral. I went to the barber shop. The dude was telling me about. I don't even want to say this, but the baby mama tripping out there, holding up the money phone and all this here. Got her OnlyFans and all this type of stuff. Like, hey man, that's what they telling me. I'm not into it. They hip hop guys anyway, so I don't know if they lying. I don't know if but I think they telling the truth on that because they knew the chick. They said they were acting a plumb fool, man, and not in the right way. So it was still a lot of buffoonery going on. So y'all not really paying that man respect like y'all supposed to. Y'all out there partying and acting a fool, like y'all glad the man died. You know. So yeah, it wasn't the grieving I was looking for him to say. I wasn't looking to hear that. That's all I got to say. I wasn't looking to hear nothing that crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people be saying that people grieve different. They say that a lot. That people grieve different. They have different ways of grieving. You know what I'm saying? You can't really determine what way people grieve, but it is a respectable way of doing it.
Right.
The way we look at the respectable way of grieving from them looking at the respectable way of grieving is totally different because they're I guess because they're younger and they used to dealing with pain a certain way.
Right.
But like you just said though, if I'm gone or I lose somebody that's dear to me, I'm not gonna be partying trying to, you know what I'm saying, turn up, you know, and be waving or acting a fool online. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure my loved ones get their proper burial, their proper
went through
respects.
that. I had a homeboy that got hemmed up by that, man.
Yeah.
And we didn't conduct ourselves that way. We went and did the pallbearers at the funeral. We went to the little reception, man, and we chilled, you know, and we
Right.
went back on to our business and went back, you know, we smoking our trees. Some of them doing the, you know, that was the boy and girl era. I wasn't one of them guys. Yeah, you know. So keep, yeah. That's how I
Hey,
got.
you was smoking some trees too now, man. Don't try to lie to
No,
us now,
no,
man.
no, 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 no. I didn't say that. I just tell you what I did went with. I said the trees. I wasn't
Okay,
smoking trees.
okay.
I just went with the boy and girls. Yeah, that was all that
I
over.
got you. I got you.
Yeah, we were puffing.
Yes, sir. Y'all was puffing the good stuff. See, back then, y'all ain't had all that GMO and all them chemicals in it. It was coming straight from where it came from.
We was getting
Yeah,
that.
it was
We was
natural.
getting that red. We was getting that red. We was getting that Oak Cliff Killer, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
Hey,
redhead
hey,
straight.
you had that popcorn too, bro.
Yeah, that's what we was smoking that
Come
popcorn.
on now, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, and then we had Lou the
Yeah.
Buddha. Yeah, we had Lou
Hey,
the Buddha.
hey, bro. When I first came to Dallas, when I had first came to Mesquite, I was in Mesquite, Texas. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I went to Oak Cliff, bro, and I had got some of that popcorn too. Man, I'm talking about that, bro. Man, that dude stuffed that bag so much, man. Man, me and my cousin didn't know what to do, man.
Right.
We rolled up a fatty. We couldn't even finish the blunt, bro. That's how good it
Perfecto.
was.
That's the perfecto era.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then we went to the Optimos. Then we went to the backwoods, and then I think that then we went back to then we went to the Phillies. Then we went
Yes,
back
sir.
there, and then after that era, then it went to the cigarillos. Then we started smoking cigarillos. That was in the late '90s. That's when they started getting small with them. So they were starting to get shifted with the dang weed then, you know. Yeah. So we had to flip it up. Yeah, NyQuil on the blunts and everything. Yeah, we was doing it. We was fools. But hey, you know, yeah. Yeah, we was fools, man. We was in it, man. With that, yeah, we was on that Pac side of the game too. We wasn't rocking with that Biggie, man. We didn't.
There we go. There we go.
We
Let's
wasn't rocking
go.
with
Let's
Biggie. We
go.
wasn't
Hey,
rocking
why?
with
Hey, let's stay right there for 1 second. Why y'all didn't like Biggie, man?
Nah, it wasn't that we didn't like Biggie. We
All
just
right, well, why
thought it was
y'all?
late.
Okay, so why y'all was rocking with Pac more? Okay, let's say that then. My bad. Pardon me.
We loud, man. We rock with Pac Mo because
Yeah.
the movies Pac was in. Him getting
Juice.
because the East Coast messed over on him. They wasn't popped on him. So that was right in
Yeah.
that area. So we were like, hold on,
Yeah.
he up there. And then he started out there in the West Coast. So it's like the South and the West Coast was cool. That's before the Atlanta started popping off. So a lot of the South rock with the West Coast. You know, we
That's
didn't
right.
have no problem with the East. We categorized certain guys. Nobody had problem with LL. Nobody had problem with Rakim.
Of course not. Of course not.
They wasn't involved. You know.
That's right.
You know, there's still a couple more guys up there at the time. You know, we was Mobb Deep. We was cool with them. Even though Pac threw Mobb Deep in it, we didn't pay that no mind. But it was like we knew it was Puffy. You understand? But we were like, Biggie tripping, you know. But but at the time, Biggie wasn't tripping. Biggie wasn't doing no dissing. But we wasn't rolling into it like that. We was getting that information from the magazines. You ain't getting all the game. But as soon as Pop expired, then we realized, oh, Biggie had nothing to do with that. That was all Diddy.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as he got hit, that's when we found out who it was. And then
That's right.
when Biggie got, we knew. We was like, what is Biggie doing out there though?
Thank you.
Biggie had no business out there. We like,
Shouldn't even went. Shouldn't even went. I don't know why he went either. That was, man.
His mom even told him. You think that's why?
And he didn't even want to go. He didn't even want to go. He told Gene Deal he didn't even want to go.
Yeah, because he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go to London, and then they changed it up. Yeah. Yeah, they set him up bad.
Yeah, man. That was new. Biggie knew that was set up. Biggie knew that was set up. They knew that. He knew that was coming, man.
Yeah, that was his
You know
last album. I think that was his last album he was gonna do with Bad Boy. Well, he had one more he was gonna do, and then he was gone.
Yeah, one more. He had one more album. Yeah.
Right.
because those two, the double album at the time, it consists it cleared as 2 albums. So he only owed Bad Boy one more album. Same thing with Tupac. Tupac only owed Death Row one more album. That album was gonna be Machiavelli. That was the last album he had. You know what I'm saying? And
Death Row East.
exactly. Well, Suge Knight, he was supposed to be giving that to Tupac at the time. I guess that was part of his deal for him to help Suge Knight run Death Row East. But
he told me to go out there and get with the South and the
yeah,
East. That's what his goal was.
no doubt.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. I do miss that part of, hip hop. Whereas it was more artistic. It was more messages to the music. It was more of what it was brought out for. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm an 80s baby, man. I came up in them times as well. You know what I'm saying? Listening to Tupac, listening to Public Enemy, listening to NWA, listening to X Clan. You know what I'm saying? I was a big man. I love X Clan. X Clan and Public Enemy. Man, I love that music. When I heard the brother say "Fight the Power," and they taught you what the power was, and they said about the powers that be, and you know what the powers that be are, brother. It just ignited the fire inside my soul, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I fell in love with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with hip hop so much that I had to definitely become a part of the culture because I love it so much. It's something that we created ourselves for our people. You know what I'm saying? They try to say, the Latino was there, the Latino community was there and helped us and all of that stuff, which is not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they recanted that and backed up because that was not true. We created this culture. You know what I'm saying? From our blood, sweat, and tears. You see what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. As time went on, y'all joined in and helped made it better. You know what I'm saying? But it was already a perfected craft a long time ago.
Right. Yeah. You can't do that when you can't run that game. You're lying to the people, man. But like I said, I was big fans of the hip hop, man. A lot of guys, man.
Indeed.
A lot of underground guys, man. So Gangsta Nip, them kind of cats, man. But yeah, man. I mean, hip hop, it was a raw form of expression, man. It was a good form of expression. I mean, even though I had some things about the Ghetto Boys, I was just keeping it real. I'm a fan of the Ghetto Boys. Fan of UGA.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait a minute, brother. We can't just say they whole focus. Yeah, man. They talk about murder. No, brother. The reason why they made that song, Mind Playing Tricks, you know what I'm saying? Scarface made a song called Smile with Tupac, telling everybody to smile because they know there's gonna be some hard times, like the times we living in right now. He said there's gonna be some stuff in the future that we're gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smile in the future. Prime example, brother. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, Tupac and Scarface, they had a friendship, they had a bond. Tupac had told Scarface beforehand, prior, that he based his style off him. He got some of his style off Scarface. And Scarface kind of pretty much already knew that. But that was a blessing though, because they both had, you know what I'm saying, that depth, that level of deepness to their lyrics. See what I'm saying? That's why Scarface is very respected, because he didn't have to rap super lyrical, miracle, spiritual. No, he just kept it 100 with his community, and he spoke on his experiences and what he learned and what he seen.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
See, we had more prophets. See, we had more prophets in hip hop then. See, we ain't Kendrick Lamar, Jay Electronica. There's a brother named D1. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the brother D1. Check him out. He been in the game for a minute. He got a positive message. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna necessarily call him a Christian rapper, but I am gonna say he do like gospel hip hop. I'm gonna say he do gospel hip hop. Let's put it like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, brother. And that's why it's a big scourge on gospel hip hop right now. Gospel hip hop is like way hotter than regular rap music. You know what I'm saying? People looking for other alternatives. They getting turned away from drill music. Is turning people away from real music. I mean, turning people back to real music. Pardon me on that. Drill music is turning people back to real music. People want to hear substance. They tired of all of
I'm
that.
still old school. I still listen to KRS-One. I listen to Nas. I listen to Sugar Hill Gang. I listen to Funky 4+1. I'm old school. So
all right. I know you still bumping Slick Rick too, then, ain't you?
Yeah.
Let's go. Because remember, now let's stay over there for a second. remember Slick Rick also made music about robbery and doing things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that song, The Children's Story, where he talked about how him and his friend. The story was about him and his friend. I'm sorry. Go
That
ahead.
was my point. You would have never. Most people would have never known. Probably never would have known what he was talking about.
There we go.
Yeah, Slick Rick. Yeah. They banned Slick Rick from over here.
Damn.
Yeah, they
I like Brand Nubians. I still listen to Brand Nubians, Grand
Oh
Poobah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Make sure y'all following Lord Jamar too. You know he got a podcast.
Oh yeah. I follow him, and he followed me back on Twitter.
Yes, indeed. Peace to the God.
So Jamal
Y'all know,
he be talking good
I like Grandmaster Flash.
Yep.
Let's go. Y'all ain't say Houdini though.
Houdini?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about Houdini.
You know, some of the people in their music, they was giving us a message.
Treacherous Street.
Yeah, P Rock and CL Smooth.
P Rock and CL Smooth. They reminisce over you.
Mm-hmm.
EPMD.
Yeah.
And we can't leave out Rakim. There we go. I was going to say that, Beast Sparrow. Let's go, Beast Sparrow. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't no joke. I used to let my mic smoke and then something, and then make sure it's broke.
A lot of people don't even know that Angie Stone was a rapper before she.
Sure was. Let's go. Long live Angie Stone.
Yep. With the sequence, it was Angie B.
With the ledge, baby. Yeah,
right on up. We're gonna funk you.
That's my favorite song from Eric B.
Get up, sit back down. You right on up. Hey.
Let's go. I'm trying to tell you.
A lot of them Southern rappers was writing.
Yeah, it was some cold rap.
Yeah,
Rakim straight metaphorical, man.
Straight metaphorical, man.
But he jammed. That's why I said a lot.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think,
and it was messages. And it was messages, man.
Yeah.
It was more than just one message about them having. Yes, me too.
As a matter of fact, wasn't Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 their first LP song was called The Message?
Yep. That's right.
Like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder.
I keep from going under. Hey, don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge.
Right.
I am trying not to lose my head. You know what I'm saying? Now the head is gone.
Right.
But you see how he described the hood, broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the steps. You know, I just don't care, and all this stuff. Describing the hood, it was all hood.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I just think that this is another way of them to take something that we created. They're gonna take it, or at least try, and make it their own.
Make it their
They're
own.
gonna take it and try to do it better than the way we did it.
That's why the drill music is so deflating, because they're trying to make us not love hip hop no more. So we just got to get back to the art of hip hop. Like I said, you can have a course about hip hop now, and teach them the old school stuff, man. And they can take some of that stuff and make their own stuff out of it, man. You know, almost like retooling jokes, you know. Yeah. So you got to they got to get back to the creative game again, because this drill music is just lazy. I can just talk about this guy over here. To me, that's lazy. You ain't got no knowledge. You can't take nothing. You can't take what you see here today and flip it into a rhyme and really go over there. I mean, the Ghetto Boys talked about the doggone first Iraq War, called F a War. You know, ain't nobody talking about nothing, man. And it's jam. You know, little Bushwick beard now. You know, so I think that's the problem with today's hip hop, man. It's just lazy. Lazy hip hop.
Yep. Lazy hip hop. Get drunk. Get high. Take like 20 pills and go in the studio and just say whatever you feel right at the moment. Microwave rap.
I also like Master Ace. Do y'all know Master Ace?
Oh yeah, of course. Master Ace.
Love me some Master Ace.
Check it out, baby. Check it out, y'all. Check it out, baby. That's my slap. That's my slap.
And he formed a group with Punchline and Wordsworth and several other cats called EMC. Dope. Dope. They don't talk about no killing. They don't talk about no drugs. They talk about everyday hardworking people, hard things that they work for. You know,
They talked about real life.
real life. I mean, killing and all that murder stuff, that's real life too, but they're not talking about all that stuff. And why would you want to talk about it? And we see it on the news every day. We hear about somebody getting unalived every day. Now you got to go and rap about it, and you got to go and confront your enemy through a rap. Lord,
Upon my bullying. But you know, girl, I had went into cardiac arrest Saturday night when I was at Mouthpiece show. For anybody from Chicago to say they like drill music, and you got people sitting up there talking, talking about who they done unalived, dissing them, naming their names basically, and damn them.
Chicago got some great hip hop out of there.
We can't have shit.
Kanye.
We can't have nothing.
Common.
Yeah. Kanye has some good songs. Yeah.
Yeah, I can rap it if you want to. You know, like we boycott. You need to boycott certain things in the community.
Hey, did y'all hear him? Was he breaking up to y'all too, or is it me?
He's very low. I can't hear what he's saying at all.
Okay, yeah, he was breaking up. Yeah, hey, brother, you got to say it again, brother. He was breaking up. I didn't want to just interrupt him though. That's why I was trying to let him finish. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we hear you now.
No, I said, hey, you got to bankrupt. You got to bankrupt that drill stuff. You can't support it, man. You know, like we want to go boycott Target. Nah, boycott these people. If it's trash is infecting the community, shut it down. Like, nah, we ain't gonna. Nah, you come over here, man. Now, you want to get ignorant because we're not supporting you. Then that's self-defense right then and now. We can just do what we can do with you. But we just need to just quit supporting them. I don't support them, but these kids need to quit supporting that, man. Y'all need to let that die down. They can't get no money for that. Don't show up to no concerts. Don't show up to none of that. What you rapping? We out here. Then they ain't got no choice but to change over. They won't eat. Or they just go back to, or just go back to the criminals that they want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you want to be a criminal, go be one. But you're not finna get up on this mic and get no money. We're not supporting. Then they go back to the streets and do what they do, and we ain't got to worry about it. You know, that's my take on them. Let's quit supporting them.
April, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Or anyone on the panel, is there a specific age range that this music targets, or that what's the age limit of people that listen to this? What's the age number of people that listen to this type of music?
I don't think there is, man. Be honest with you. I don't think there is. I think they aiming. I think the target is everybody. Because the reason why I say that is because the level of promoting, the level of many volumes of way it come through, like even on social media, even on videos, even on music, even on just trends. Like if you scroll down on Instagram right now, you're gonna hear a variation of many different drill fly songs talking about doing all this crazy stuff, people doing skits to them, and you see them, you know what I'm saying? and that's why I say it's not no age limit, because it's
And
over a
what type
wide
of
variety of people.
what type of record labels are picking up? They have their own labels, or I mean, I'm
Nah,
sure
it's major labels. Universal is one of them.
What?
Yeah,
Are you
definitely.
serious?
Yeah, Universal is one of them. It's Interscope. You can't
It's
leave out
Universal.
everybody's favorite label. You can't leave
It's
out everybody's
Universal.
favorite record label, Empire. You definitely can't leave them out. Empire Records.
Is Universal and Universal Music Group the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The same people that's unaliving the artists and don't want to pay them, allegedly, are the
They got
same
insurance.
people.
Man, we got
they
some
got
foolish ass
and they
people.
got insurance policies on them on top of that. Yeah,
Right.
they won't even sign. They won't even. Yeah,
And
that's in the contract. They won't even
So they are
sign
literally
you.
signing people.
Yeah, they signing people, making people sign life insurance contracts and all kinds of
The
stuff.
88.
They won't even sign you. Like they gonna hand you this
Yep.
$1 million. You gonna sign that? You gonna sign probably
Yeah, I
five
was.
paragraph 5. 4 of them is the contract. 1 of them is the insurance contract. Oh, they finna get their money back off you. They're gonna make money with you here or gone.
Right.
They hope you're gone so they can go on and get that $50 million.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. If somebody do something to my one and only child, and they put it in the song, baby, I'm going to hunt them down.
There we go.
I'm going to hunt them down. Because if you that bold enough to disrespect me and my child and his memory, I'm going to hunt your ass down.
Let's go, Abraham. Let's go. Let's go.
That's what drill music is about.
Let's go.
I'm going
But
to
that's
hunt your ass down. My parents and grandparents, they underline. But you do something to my only child and rap about it in my face for the whole world to hear about how you unalive them. Oh, I'm going to hunt you down. But then we going to make a song together.
But wait a minute, Abraham, we gonna be making drill music then.
I don't care.
Oh no, Abraham, don't do that. See, now you see, I was with you till you said that.
I missed it. What did she say? I missed it.
She says, Abraham said, if you unalive her child and you go make a drill song, right? Her only child, you unalive her only child, you make a drill song, right? She said she gonna find you, she gonna take care of you, right? And then she said she's gonna make a drill song with your butt.
As I'm doing it.
After it's done. After she did what she had to do.
I'm
snitch
going
on
to
yourself. You gonna snitch on yourself.
all of you young folks out there.
Oh my God.
Oh
Lord.
gonna confess.
Oh
Yeah,
man, Abraham, no. Don't say that, Abraham.
Hey, Mouthpiece, I want to see that. I ain't playing.
Oh man.
You know, I'm gonna show y'all.
No, we don't want to see that. No, God forbid. God forbid. God forbid, man. Man, I do not want to see that.
Something's gotta happen to make
That's gonna hurt. It's funny though, but that will hurt. If I see April Showers, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I will not be happy if I see April Showers with a video out and just unalive the person who and it blew up, and then that she got incarcerated. I'll be very disappointed.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm sick of these young people. They don't want to listen. You can't tell them nothing. I don't want nobody talking about, oh, they targeting the rappers. Why all these rappers getting arrested? Because they stupid, they ignorant. They know the difference between right and
We have anything.
also programs. You know, y'all so program. You know, everything ain't all about money. It doesn't let these people graduate. they can just do this. They got doctorate degrees in this rap game, and they done took it to a whole nother level. When you get to disrespecting folks and talking about what you did, and you naming names, and you damn nearly taking people to the scene of the crime, yeah, they need to be picked up and thrown away and sent to El Salvador or whatever. Because y'all done got too bold. I don't feel sorry for now that they picking nowadays. Not one of y'all letting these people use y'all, and I'm pretty sure people been trying to tell y'all. These people watching y'all. They watching them. They letting them know y'all under the radar. We listening to your lyrics. But see, they used to do the subliminal. Now they actually taking you to the scene of the crime. I couldn't go for that. Let it be mine. Is all I can say. Yeah. I'm gonna mute my mic now.
No, you was cooking though. You was cooking though. I I disagree with the outcome, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely can relate to that because I don't know what I would do if somebody did that to my son and they make a song about, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say what I would do because I don't want to think. I don't even want the thought to even cross my mind. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't, man. That's one thing about like we were just saying earlier. When you lose somebody to some bull, and you hear songs being taunted about them, that is a whole nother side of life that people don't understand to that degree because they don't really go through that. But from what we see on people that do go through that takes, man, I can't even express it, man. I can't relate fully to the feeling, but when I think about it, it's man, it kind of take you to a bad spot. It don't make you feel it don't feel right. And then you think about all them people that suffer through that. All the people who got family members that got to hear these songs, and you know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. See, one thing about us, we fronting like
smoking
we
on
not
too.
conscious. Yeah, man. We fronting like we not conscious of that. Like that stuff ain't affecting our psyche. Like it ain't really, destroying our energy. See, that's another way that we getting destroyed too. We getting destroyed on a spiritual level. Because they figure they kill the spirit, then the body definitely gonna follow. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get
I
to
feel like
the
I feel like this is another one of our creations that's going to be taken out of our hands 20 years from now. People are going to think that white people created hip hop. 20, 30 years from now, because, y'all seen Fat Joe already try to say that Latinos and black people created hip hop.
Yeah. And Lord
So
Jamar got
he did. Yeah, he
straight
did
on
try
that
it.
lie.
Yeah.
thing, one
Yeah, he
more
did try
thing
it.
that we mishandled. We mishandled it, and it got taken away from us, just like every damn thing else.
Jamar told him, let's have a round table. Let's talk about it, Fat Joe. Fat Joe had to go on and bow down.
Where he at now? Can't find him now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He did too much lying. He a fat
Can't
liar.
find him now.
That's Fat Lion
Fat
Joe.
lie, yeah, Fat lie Joe. Fat
Fat
lie.
Lion Joe. We put a lie before that now. Cuban Link then went hard on him too. Is y'all following my brother Cuban Link?
Yeah, I remember Cuban Link.
Yeah, hey, he
What he
gotta
said.
check him out too when y'all get some time. Follow him also on YouTube. The brother channel is amazing. He cooked Fat Joe too. He cooked him up a couple times and bust up all his lies, man. I played some of his segments too on one of my shows too, not too long ago. And that brother, man, he a good dude, man. He represents the true Afro Latino culture that respects the African level or the African side of it. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, he ain't gonna,
even Big Pun himself has said that it's all respect for black people because they created the culture. Like he said on that song, I don't want to be a player at the end. When he say Boricua, Morena, he paying homage because he understand Morenas is the ones who started the culture and they utilized it and it developed to the Spaniard. You know what I'm saying? The Spaniard always borrow from our creations because they know it's the root of what it comes from. You know what I'm saying? We the creators.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
There we go.
Everybody. Some of them just outright steal.
Yeah, all the images on the dollar come from us. Yeah, shoot, far as on the back of it, the
That's
front
right.
one now,
That's
but
right.
the back is us.
No, the
You
front
know?
too. The front too, low key.
Yeah.
Because I think they
Yeah,
kind
low-key,
of
yeah.
got some. Yeah, because they kind of got some of that stuff from our original, artifacts. We got original artifacts that has these same things on them. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the eagle. The eagle wasn't necessarily an eagle. The eagle was something else. You know what I'm saying? The word we use, the falcon. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go, brother. Let's go, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, but the eagle got a keen eye just like the third, can see, and the falcon can see. We falcon was first though, but America had to go get him a bird. They got to go get him something. They got.
And
They
then
got
let me
try to
add
go
on.
get.
Then let me add on to that. Y'all. Did y'all notice even with Marvel, who was the guy that's Captain America now? What was his name at first? The Falcon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. The Falcon. Yeah. Superman. Haru. His mom and daddy, died. And Les Luthor is supposed to be, the Les Luthor guy, he's supposed to be like Set, from that story. Supposed to be some kind of kin to him, and trying to go. Yeah, that's a lot of different.
Yeah, it's many variations to these, man. I like that. That's what I appreciate too, with the artistic value of the Marvel universe and entertainment media within itself back in the day, because it always conveyed a message. It was always an overlying message to each attribute. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just calamity in the story. It wasn't just them drawing you to a lot of destructive shit. They was really showing you that it was a method to all of the madness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, B, this drill music, see, it's been around, but see, it's like I say, they graduate, they becoming more aggressive.
Mm. Yeah.
And see, they letting you know. The people letting you know. Like, we watching y'all, we taking their lips. So see, when everybody was having a fit doing Young Thug's trial, when they talking about they using their lyrics against them, now they listening to y'all lyrics because y'all basically telling the crimes that y'all have committed. And I couldn't give none of them a pass no more. Y'all are stoop this low down. If y'all this low down, you need to go to jail. You need to go to jail. Because y'all just this low down, this disrespect, and this hope. And y'all couldn't see that these people overusing y'all. They're still getting rich. The music label's still getting rich. And our people still going to jail.
Yeah, they're gonna get red. Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
They getting rich dead or alive.
Huh?
Yeah. They getting rich if the artist is dead or alive. They treating hip hop like painters. You make more money off a dead painter than an alive painter. Yeah, they treat hip hop like painters, man. Like artists, and yeah. But they are artists, but like painters. Yeah, Picasso and them kind of guys. Van Gogh and them kind of guys.
Exactly.
We a stiff-necked people. We just a stiff-necked people. We gonna do what we want to do, regardless of who say what, when, where, or how. And that's crazy.
Now you're stiff
We
neck
just gonna
even
do what
against
we
God,
want to do.
even against God. Even against God. You stiff neck to him too. Yeah.
And we wonder why. And we wonder why. I ain't got to say it. We wonder why.
Right. And we get mad. We don't want to listen to nobody. Like I say back then, you know, the elders, they rule. You listen, you did what your elders told you to do. You didn't ask no questions. You just did it. Now, like, if I was to tell somebody, I might unalive my butt. This is the mindset of these young kids. You got people in Chicago, they are scared of the teenagers coming up. You got the parents scared of their own kids. These people are scared of their own kids, girl. They scared of the youth.
But listen, we so daggone.
They're gonna go home.
Do y'all know who Jake Lang is?
Yeah, we know. Unfortunately, we know who that piece is. I mean, we know who he is.
If we don't get our together, he gon' because he is blatant with it. He come right out and say, "White lives matter. We have to protect ourselves from black people that are killing our people." He just come out and said, that's his main focus right now. In his words, to stop black people from unaliving white people. Now, he formed that White Lives Matter protest. I think it was in Texas, and it was only 40-some plus people that showed up this time. If we keep going the rate we going, and they the only ones hollering race war. Y'all notice they the only ones hollering that. We ain't even on that.
It's provocation.
On that.
It's provocation and promotion. They pushing toward that. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And they
which they have been for the last I would say maybe 8 years.
But now it's like
it's intensified. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, stay out of it.
And instead of us learning about what they doing, what their plans are against us.
You know that guy, Nick Frenches, whatever his name is?
Exactly.
He probably can't hear me.
Exactly. While we over here making drill music, they teaching their babies how to SHOOT. They preparing.
Hey, you should have said while we over here making drill music, they teaching their kids how to drill.
They teaching their kids how to drill, right?
Exactly. There we go.
Right. And all we doing is on this internet talking shh. A lot of people on the internet right now talking shit. I'm telling y'all, I swear to y'all, this internet is going to be the death of us all if we don't get it together. People go on the internet and talk about their personal lives and just telling everything about themselves as if the government don't know they don't already know. And people just running off at the mouth about this Carmelo Anthony case and don't even know the facts, don't know nothing yet. Judge Joe Brown over there running his mouth, don't know nothing. Well, he might know because he'll judge, so he might be plugged in, but I don't like his approach.
Yeah. That's because, you know why? I think it's because everybody coming from a half-ass standpoint because we ain't heard the full detail of the story just yet. You see what I'm saying? So
it's getting on my nerves.
It's drawing people. I know that's right. It's drawing people to their own conclusions. You get what I'm saying? The people who really want to know, and the people who really finding out, who really doing the due diligence and going through the going beneath the surface to find the information on what actually happened and really get it from the horse's mouth, and really paid attention to when the brother had did the interview to what he said. A lot of people are coming to the truth, but most of them coming to their own conclusions, and it's drawing out the line. You see what I'm saying? The line has reapproached, and now you are seeing actual real black people choosing sides, switching over.
My God.
The switching over rate is crazy, and it's so
My
crazy.
God.
It's so crazy that they justifying it. These people are actually justifying switching over on their people, saying we ain't shit, saying all of these things, just this doodoo standing on us. Yeah. And then the first thing will come out their mouth is, oh man, it was a race war, we'll lose.
Right.
No, we wouldn't
Right.
lose. What the hell wrong with y'all, man? Because y'all ain't got faith in y'all people. That's why.
You'll be over there with them. Yeah, we will lose.
Exactly. There we go. And I was gonna say that too. Let's go, B Sparrow. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the fucked up part about it too.
I commented on it at the first when I first started it, and I said I went and donated to the brother. I told him why I donated. I said I donated so he can get a good lawyer, good representation, regardless which way it goes. But I don't want him to get railroaded. I want him the best representation. That's why I donated. Second of all, we don't know how it went, because in my mindset, man, it had to. When we get, I think what happened is how I think homeboy might have tried to turn away from him, and then and he grabbed him, and that's when he turned around. That's when the blade went through him, because you had to have some torque on that.
Exactly.
You just ain't gonna be able to stand
And
flat.
no, not off one swing. You're not gonna be able to puncture nobody that hard off one first swing after you first. You know what I mean? You're not gonna unless that's what you did first. See, you get what I'm saying? So you gotta think about that. The level of closeness that this guy was on Carmelo, and not only that, it's been told that he was already punching with Carmelo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Slapped the phone out his hand. So you got to think about the level of provocation Carmelo went through. You see what I'm saying? Two big white guys in front of everybody, right? Bullying, rolling up on you. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Hey, you got to move, man. What? I got to move. Why I got to move? Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to be sitting right here because blah, 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 blah. And you know people. The people at the school know you. Everybody see this. Everybody knows this going on right here, right? I'm pretty sure somebody told them to chill out. I'm pretty sure one person out the crowd at least said, hey, y'all, watch out. He good. You get what I'm saying? Nah.
Right.
They grabbed this, they smacked the phone out the man's hand, boom, probably put hands on him and told him he gonna have to move. Bro said, if you put your hands on me, you're gonna find out.
Right.
You're gonna find out. And hey, unfortunately,
like
you know what I'm saying? No
if we find
justification.
out, the key to make self-defense, if he's trying to get away from him, it's over. Because the only way I can see that you trying to get away and your torso going the other way, and then you turn around, that's that you got to create some torque off that thrust, man. So it can't be that, you know.
Right.
And I just mean why the police had to lower the bail and everything. They know, you know.
Exactly, they know. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too. They know, because you got to think about this. It's going to be irrefutable, and I'm gonna say that again for all them slow folks in the background. It's going to be irrefutable proof that they approached him. You get what I'm saying? Right. Once that irrefutable proof get explained by the lawyers, by the defense, the trial is pretty much going to be over with. And y'all gotta respect.
You know what? I pretty much saw that from what the witnesses were saying. The witnesses even said that Metcalf put his hands on Carmelo first.
Yes. Over 30 witnesses.
Even he admitted it. Even his brother admitted it that they approached him. They even admitted it.
Now I hear they trying to get the brother arrested.
Yep. He should. That brother should definitely be arrested for bullying. Yeah. Because bullying finna be the.
They're gonna find out. That's why they trying to do a job to destroy the boy. Because Boy was
Brown
in the right all along.
did say,
Uh-oh, you breaking up again, bro. Hey, you breaking up again, Prince Pierre. Can you hear me? Y'all can hear me, right?
go ahead.
We can hear you, Mouthpiece. We can't hear Prince.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell Prince. He was breaking up. I was trying to tell him he was breaking up again. He got to like say it again because he was breaking up.
You must be in that truck driving.
Yeah, he break it up. I can't understand nothing. I don't hear anything.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't hear nothing. I ain't hear not a word.
But and then I was I'm gonna go back to this Jake Lane guy. Did y'all see the phone call that he had between the video of the phone call that he had?
Yeah. Make sure y'all tap in. Hey, make sure y'all be tapping in to Big Skull because he played it last night on his show. Man, the dad even told the man, you don't represent what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't. You completely.
Did you see what the brother said? Well, I ain't gonna say the brother. The black man.
I don't trust that daddy with nothing.
You don't trust the black man, April Charles? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about I don't trust the daddy was saying. He was talking about take my son out. That daddy has low-key dissed the family, the Anthony family.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yep.
I think that daddy don't want his own business to come out because it's gonna come out and it's coming out.
It already did, yeah. It already did. That's why he hiding a little bit now. That's why the dad is trying to hide now.
That Lane dude he don't represent his son.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why. Take my son name and picture off your websites and keep his name off your tongue.
That's right. That's right.
But that's what's happening now. I just feel like it's everything. It's spiritual, it's physical. I mean, everybody emotions are so high right now. The best thing to do is just to shut up and wait and see what's going to happen. Now, what are all of those people that are calling Carmelo Anthony this and saying all these things about, I mean, he guilty, he did it better. What are they going to do when or if he's proven not guilty?
Mm-hmm. Well,
what y'all going to do? Y'all going to shift back?
They're gonna go back to being. They're gonna go back to their huts. They're gonna go back in the hut. They're gonna go back to their little quiet spaces where they've been at. But they're gonna still be bootlicking though. They're still gonna be bootlicking though. You know they gotta keep bootlicking. Oh, they gotta keep bootlicking for old Master now. You don't never. One thing about Master, you gotta go back to your corner when Master's done doing what he gotta do. That's what they're gonna do.
And then we have what's his face? This pastor that did the family press conference. The ex what is his name? Alexander. Something Dominique Alexander. The pastor that did the family. Did y'all see that? The family press conference?
Yep. When he stood up there, when the dad came there with the glasses on.
Everything was I. He talked about himself more than he talked about what was going on. And I cannot believe that a legal team allowed him to do that. Their legal team allowed him to do that.
The police allowed him to do it too. The police allowed him to do it too. They was there. That was crazy.
With his record, he's an ex-felon himself.
No doubt. Yeah. Yeah.
And so why is he up there? I get to do a pastor, whatever. Why is you all in the public with your ex-felon ass making this family, in my opinion, look worse than what it already? It just made it look worse. To me,
I think the dad is an alcoholic. I think the dad is an alcoholic. I think he's an alcoholic too, Loki.
Which dad? Carmelo?
No, his name Jeff, right? Jeff Metcalf. Yeah, Jeff Metcalf. Yeah.
He just don't want his business out. But it's all about to come out.
Jake, why are you leading this protest in Frisco, Texas tomorrow?
Jason, thanks for having me on. Normally I'm very jovial when I join your program, just getting out of prison 86 days ago from a presidential pardon. This is the type of thing where justice needs to be served. In this case, we have a killer on the loose, which you have said multiple times here. This man killed Austin Metcalf in cold blood. And there used to be sacred honor amongst men, a time where we could grieve, where the public could gather together and show up and show support for senseless violence. This is senseless violence. And they have stolen that from us. Part of the PSYOP with January 6th was to try to turn people away from exercising their God-given rights. And that's what we're doing today. We're standing up. I'm a white American. I am Jewish by bloodline, Christian by faith. And I understand that my community, there are millions of white Americans out there living in fear every day of being terrorized every single day. I turn on my X feed and I young black women and men attacking, gang beating, curb stomping, robbing, and terrorizing the white Americans. And I have to stand up as a leader of my community and address this for what it is. If it were just a couple cases left or right here or there, we could, kind of chalk it up to a violent issue in America. But there is statistical data, factual data, 12 times the amount of black people robbing white people as the opposite way. That is a systemic issue that needs to be addressed and needs to be talked about for what it is. We cannot tiptoe around the issue. If we want to solve the culture of black violence in America, this violent hip hop gang culture, we need to name it for what it is. And as a white American, worried about the people in my community being assaulted. I also have love for the black community, and that's why I'm not just calling out this protest and this gathering with hatred, but we have consistently said we want to uplift the black community, return the modesty, the dignity, the love that they used to share with the white community of the Martin Luther King era, where they wore suits.
Man, you can't return it, bro.
They had this great
atmosphere. You can't return it.
That's completely gone. There's
You can't return it with hate, bro. You can't record.
His ancestors was killing my ancestors like that. I wish somebody had stood up for them.
But I just wanted to chime in. I just paused it. You know the reason this boy, this Jake Lane, been able to come out? Because you black folks did not stick by your black brother. That's the reason he can talk his mess.
Culture that is pervasive.
There we go.
In a large majority of black communities to address it as white Americans and say, please stop predatorizing. And please is a nice word. We're demanding, we're making a show of strength and a love of unity, demanding the white community, stop predatorizing white Americans. You have been brainwashed, the black community in by and large, not your audience, the black conservatives that watch your program, which is an amazing program, have nothing really to do with what we're talking about. But the other, I would say, all of the people who voted for Kamala Harris, which 97% of black women voted for Kamala Harris, and over 80% of black men, those voters, that population, I am addressing those people today. They have
that's what it's all about.
With inside their own youth by propping up athletes, ball players, rappers, and other basically people that are living for the moment, not trying to sew in any type of longevity. There is a epidemic of immediate gratification in the black community. No one is willing to go to college, buy businesses, and by and large, and build into the community. As soon as one of these rappers or ball players gets any money, they move into the community and they move into white community and they bring this degenerate culture with them. And eventually it is spreading out into the suburbs. It's spreading out into all of America. We are not safe. The white people in America are not safe right now. And we need to address and build with the Black community to restore peace and honor amongst the different races in America and return
to the now.
Out of many.
You're the person with the gun. The person who would do anything to protect the
we
ones you
ain't
love.
what he's
Don't
saying
you know
is,
that you
so what he's saying is they're gonna skip out all of the black people that got hung, skip out all
wearing
the
a cross.
slaves, skip out skip out
part of
you know
your survival in
Martin
prison
Luther King,
was
them, Malcolm
turning
X.
to
Let's
the
just get
Bible
straight to us
and
worried about
racial
the black people
idolatry
killing
that
white
you're
people. We're
talking
gonna talk about
and
that first. Let's come
eliminating,
first. Then we'll talk
you
about
know,
what black people
white
got going on.
people. We're being attacked. I'm
That's
sitting here
backwards,
as a
man.
black man.
Are
I
we
got
not
the
being
same
attacked,
data.
Jason? Are we not being attacked? Do you turn on your X feed
let me-
every day and see dozens and
Jake, let me
dozens of
finish.
videos of white people being
Jake,
attacked by black
Jake,
people? I'm asking you a
Jake,
question. Do you see that or not?
Damn,
Put
and he
Jake
pointing
on
at him.
pause,
Why he
put
pointing
Jake
at him?
on pause,
Look,
put Jake
look
on
at the
pause
finger.
or hold.
Ooh,
Jake,
he's so
I'm not
bigot.
interrupting
He's
you.
such a bigot.
I'm gonna let you speak for as long as you want to speak, but I get to talk on this show too. And so, what you said, there's truth to what you said, but there's also this truth. This black pagan culture that has been adopted among a mass number of black people is killing and destroying far more black people than white people. That does not excuse what is happening to black people. I mean, what white people.
I'm not
But
here to address that today. I'm here to stand for my community
I
today.
got it. Put him back on pause. Let me finish my point.
The black on
My
black
point
violence is an
is,
epidemic.
could we mute him for a second?
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that.
I'm saying that
I was just gonna
I'm
say
more
you need to mute him,
likely
bro.
to
You
be
need to mute him.
harmed by this pagan culture, far more likely than you. And so when you have a white rally, which is unbiblical, these problems aren't defined this way in the Bible. There's a history of human beings adopting pagan cultures that are
face, y'all.
self-destructive. And so when you wear the cross and portray yourself as a
got red.
Christian,
You
but
getting
you come
red.
up with non-Christian solutions, it's disconcerting to me. And so now
Christian is
I will let
key.
you
Look at it.
respond to that. Take as much time as you want.
I haven't offered any solutions here. I have not offered any solutions yet. The solution that we're looking for, the reason why this protest is happening, is we are demanding that the killer, Carmelo Anthony, is put behind bars immediately. Jason, I have a very
demand
deep
all you want.
connection to this issue. I spent 1,467 days as a January 6th political prisoner. I have no criminal record. I was never offered bond. I tried 3 times. They never gave me bond. I put up millions of dollars in the household property, in cash value, and I never got bond. I spent 900 days solitary confinement.
You shouldn't be
There
out
is
of
a
jail. You should be in jail
an
right now. What are you
unequal
talking about?
That's what my
application of the law,
husband
a
said.
selective prosecution happening to white Americans right now.
Man, this is
If
ridiculous,
the black
man.
American community can understand 60, 70 years ago what was happening to them in the down south, where the judges and the juries were being inordinate and being selective and making sure that they had no chance of justice, then you must recognize that same thing is happening to our community. The black young men that are perpetrating violence on white men and white women across this country are in a revolving door of bail. In New
Super
York
cap.
City, where I am from, and now I'm living in Florida, there is a bail
I would
reform
ask
act
him,
that literally puts killers,
did his
robbers,
ancestors own
rapists, and
slaves?
all of these black violent perpetrators back on the street to perpetrate more
I bet you
violence
they
on a
did. How much you wanna bet?
predominant amount of white people. This is insane. We need to address the issues at facial value. We can't tiptoe around this thing. We need to call, as a member of my community, now the black community, for even allowing this type of culture to pervade you guys. You need to deal with black on black violence on your own, but you also need to say, we are perpetrating violence against white people in mass. They are not safe in the country where they are the predominant race and heritage and culture. And this is not true.
Oh, there it go.
Very,
Hold up. Hey, Rashard. Hey, Rashard.
basically, the white people in America
Can you
have
rewind
been
that part? Can you
quiet
please rewind
and
that
been
part one more
very
time?
patient for a very long time. And this is the first time there is an anti-white violence rally ever in America that I can name that has no ties to KKK or anything. I'm Jewish and I love my black friends and I love you, Jason, with all my heart. You are my Christian brother. We are in the body of Christ, but it is up to you and the members, the Little Gunna and Little Ty Savage and all these rappers, they are perpetrating violence with the culture they are spreading against my people that I
wish you could
represent.
rewind
And
that
I'm
part,
here today to
'cause
make a
he double
stand.
talking.
Actually,
He double
tomorrow
talking
at
like a mother.
11 a.m. Central at Kai Kendall Stadium, the place where Metcalf's blood is still fresh on the bleachers. Tomorrow in Frisco, Texas at 11 a.m., we will be praying in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. We will be advocating for white safety, for white people to protect themselves against the violence that is being perpetrated against us. And of course, we will be addressing the issue of the violent gang culture that has basically usurped the entire Black ideology in America, and calling upon our Black brothers to stand with us and to extricate, to drive that out, to condemn that culture by and large, which I know you do, but it needs to be said, not just in a general statement. It needs to be said, the actual results of that culture are being not just perpetrated Black on Black violence. You can look at that statistic all day. I'm here as a representative of my community. I'm saying enough is enough. Enough Black violence on white people in America.
Jake, let me ask you another question. You've taken your identity, like you've bought into the same solution or the same identity that has helped walk Black people into this pagan culture. They take their identity from their skin color rather than taking their identity in Christ. And so when I see people like yourself basically repeating the behavior of the people that you're protesting against or calling out and calling for repentance, but you're adopting the same strategy, and I think you think you're immune from the same consequences. Black racial idolatry led to this pagan culture that is destroying Black people and undermining safety.
He cooked. That's why he calmed down for a minute.
Throughout adopt their tactics while calling out the results of their tactics. That's when I have to question it. And then the last thing I'll say is where I started this show with. What I'm concerned about, what you guys are doing tomorrow, is there's going to be some sort of conflict that their defense team is going to use to argue, we got to have a change of venue. We can't have this trial in Collin County or Denton County where this actually happened. We got to move it to Dallas County, where there's a higher percentage of getting Black jurors on that jury pool, and they will go to jury nullification rather than justice. And so that's where I'm like, is this a setup? We're going to have some sort of conflict, and then the other side that I call out constantly, they're going to use that to push for a different venue for the trial. It's going to actually hurt Austin Metcalf and his family.
Let me address.
He right. He right. That's going to determine. He's absolutely correct. That's going to determine the outcome on what's going to happen next. It definitely will. Oh, I hope everyone.
I agree. But I responded to this guy on Twitter, and I said because where was he when his ancestors was hanging my ancestors?
Exactly.
I wish there was somebody that could have stood up for our ancestors. You know.
It was though, but every time they did, they got killed. Remember, it was a lot of them. It was over what? It was probably over what? Over 200 to 300 people that did. Every time they stepped up, they got murdered. I mean, unalive. Pardon me.
Just wow.
So he's just going to dismiss. My bad, Queen. Go ahead.
No, you go.
He's just going to dismiss the hundreds of thousands of years. I ain't gonna even say 100. My bad. The hundreds of years of trials and tribulations and turmoils that our people went through.
Yep.
Building this country that ain't get paid. Family still broke, ain't getting no residual, nothing from nothing, and built it with their bare back blood. Died on these streets, building them for these people, and ain't nobody still. Come on, man, you cannot approach a piece of the elephant in the room. You got to look at the whole elephant, bro. We can't just skip off our people dying and getting murdered by the hands of law enforcement, by the hands of the Ku Klux Klan. We can't just overlook all of that and just go straight to the white people, black people killing white people.
But
Just
that's
straight
what they
like that.
do. That's what
Come
they
on,
do.
man. Come on,
That's what
man.
they do.
Yeah. I want
Come
to
on,
chime in and say something. I like when Jason asked him, because this is the same thing that go for that meth clan. Man. See, I don't even want to say these people's names. I don't want their names in my mouth. Y'all sitting up here talking about y'all Christians and wearing the cross, but doing hatred behavior.
Exactly.
Were you able to hear me? I know we on a delay.
No, we hear you. We hear you, Queen. I agree.
Oh,
we hear
okay.
you, Queen. Yeah, be
You
good.
know, they sitting up here talking about they Christian wearing crosses, but y'all damn Lucifer kids. Don't come to me with that we shall overcome shit and all of this other kind of stuff. He talking about back to when this country was great in the MLK days. It wasn't great then. Y'all holds down my the fuck. I'm down for a minute.
I thought B Sparrow had something to say because remember she was going to go earlier.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a Christian thug. Where be at? I'm a Christian thug.
I'm here. I'm here. I don't consider
Oh,
myself a Christian.
Yeah,
but
I
do
don't consider myself a Christian either.
I do believe in the Most High Yah, and I do believe in His Son Yahshua HaMashiach, and I do believe that someday, we're gonna get our what's due to us.
Let's go.
As a foundation of Black America, we're gonna. I mean, our ancestors went through that. We didn't. Thank God we didn't have to go through it, but we still feeling the effects of it. The effects. We ain't there. I'm telling you, this our community. Mentally, we not there.
No, because we still think that you got to be a Democrat.
Right.
We still think that you got to be a Democrat. People are mad at their family members because they don't support the Democratic plantation anymore. People are cussing each other out because they support Donald Trump. It's just too much right now.
Get mad, you know, and
it's too much.
We some mentally ill people, you know.
These suckers need to cut it out. I told them Negroes. I said, hey man, it's getting to a point. See, back in the day, they ain't really care about 80 to 90% black folk voting. But now they seeing that these Democrats is pushing a lot of garbage. See, it wasn't like the Clinton days. Obama lied in his first term because he was running on straight conservative values, being a moderate. Because he was standing on them debates saying man and a woman married, all that. So he got us on the first one. So, but this crap here, Kamala Harris, even the racist white folks know that. Even the ones that don't even that want you to stay over there, but like, So now this guy coming up here, we know it's disingenuous talk. First of all, you is only talking about your situation, which is 1%. There's only 1% of black folks even hurting white folks like that. That is it, but the majority and the norm is black on black crime. So I don't need no Caucasian talking about me about some isolated incidents. Okay? Isolation incidents. And usually how it go down, it had to too much be a white person approaching a black person with some bullshit. That's how it usually go down. And you could turn. He talking about X. I watched X last night. I seen 5 situations where white people and black people got into it. Guess who started it every damn time? It sure wasn't the black person. It was the white
they
person.
didn't got bold now. They following you
Yeah.
out stores.
Right.
They
So
following you down the street.
So Lane need to quit. Lane got to stop it, man. He capping, man. And no, he couldn't fool with me because I told him, what? I let him really eloquently say that, man. I'm pulling that crap up. What are you talking about? Black folks is going. You didn't know. This is what I would have told Mr. Lane. Lane, do you think when black folks beat up on black folks, you think they ain't gonna whoop your ass too if you run up on them?
That's right.
Huh? Let's get to it. So I don't play. Because you saying, remember High Learning? Even though it was a movie, the man was over there, the skinheads was saying, what are you talking about? Those monkeys on monkey grind, they getting ready for it. So you see, when we ran up on them, we was ready to go, huh? Yeah. That was in a movie back in 95. So what Lang is trying to say with that dog whistle, long as the blacks is doing what blacks on, we ain't worrying about it. No, sir. You need to leave them alone. If you thinking they gonna whooping on themselves, that they ain't gonna have no problem putting their hands on you. They don't have no problem. I sure don't. Never had no problem putting hands on them. Never had no problem. I used to do that as a kid. That was every day. Used to run them down. Not because I hated them, because they was talking that noise. Now you don't look like me. First of all, you don't look like me, so you don't sure ain't gonna talk to me. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So saying the N word and all that old crazy stuff. No, man, these cats coming down. But don't get it twisted. But don't come on this thing like you trying to help the black community. You don't give a hot diggity dang about the black community. You want the black community to continue what they've been doing, eliminating black people, and don't come hollering at you. No, this is what need to happen. Black folks need to quit eliminating black people and just sit back and chill. And then when one of them folks come over there messing with you, you slap him around and send him right back to his community. And what you do to him. So get out of pocket, you get out of pocket. Not saying, hey, I don't have nothing against them people. But you get that disrespectful to me, you gonna get the wrath, you gonna get what a man gonna get. I'm a man at the end of the day. And them boys at the end of the day, they young men, so they peers. That was peers, man.
And can I just add something to that? We are not our ancestors.
Well, technically, some of my ancestors, so not all the ancestors was weak now.
We are not our ancestors.
Some of them ancestors.
Our ancestors took a lot. We ain't taking it.
And some of them really didn't take it. A lot of it was that segregation. They stayed on one
Our
side of the
ancestors
road.
took a lot.
I think that some of that was propaganda for them to show us the ones that did take it to control us, because
I was raised.
Because even my ancestors, they fought against my Haitian ancestors. They fought against and won, and they don't talk about that. They try to hide that as much as possible.
They never talked about it. That's what they did. See, your grandmama, your
So they glorify.
your grandmama, they didn't talk about it because my grandmama told me why she didn't talk about it.
Yeah, it was the glorification in America. I think they propagated us on that. Okay.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. My bad.
She said the reason we don't talk about it.
Hold
on. Let me say this. You got it.
We the problem. We the one that hate people. I'm so sick of them trying to say we the angry black people. No, we're not. We just want what's due to us. We're not going to allow nobody to disrespect us, not even people from our own race.
But even if we were angry, we have every right to be. In my opinion, we have every right to be angry every day. If you choose to be, you have that right. Look at how they treat us. Look at how we treat each other.
That's the main thing, how we treat each other first. I'm not worried about white folks on white folks. I would deal with them later.
I get angry about how some of my people treat me.
Right.
Mad as hell.
That's what I care about. I don't give a damn about what that white boy talking about. You come over in my neighborhood talking crazy,
We not always
he
enemies.
gonna
We
get dealt
just
with,
we
man.
each other
They'll
nothing.
feel that, see the problem with Mr. Lane don't know. He think that it is tunnel vision, but it's selective tunnel vision with these Negroes. They when they if they got to come together against white, they'll come together. It's just we can't come together based on that bullshit. We got to come to based on because of the love and doing the right thing and winning. That's what we need to be coming together on. Not be trying to defeat the white man. He ain't about him. He ain't God. Okay. So that's what it's about. So no, you can't run that game on me, white boy. You know you two-faced it. You know you talking with a forked tongue, sir. Talking that mess, talking about we want to help. You ain't trying to help no black community. Because if it was just hands put down and no knife, we wouldn't know nothing about your ass. You know, we wouldn't know nothing about you. Say, it would have been the other way around. We wouldn't have seen you down there talking about unity. Man, go somewhere and sit your ass down somewhere.
You know why he said that?
That's
Do you
right.
know why he said that? It's because he got that one brother with, I keep calling him a brother. He got that one black man, his name is Philip Anderson, that's backing him up on every damn thing he say. That one black person.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
His name is
Yeah, that's
Philip
Jacob
Yeah,
Anderson.
Anderson.
that's one black person. So he think he
Jacob
just
Anderson.
yeah.
That's why
Yeah, he
he's
need to go
saying
somewhere and
that.
sit his ass
If that
down
black
somewhere.
man wasn't in his camp, he wouldn't be trying to have an alliance with no black person.
Hell no.
He just saying that because of that
Man,
one Philip Anderson.
he said he came out the penitentiary too, so he ain't no good.
He was probably what the J6.
Yeah.
What he in prison for that white Jake Lawton?
Yeah, he was in there for 147 days. Trump had pardoned them, unfortunately. That was the crazy part about it. And he was talking about how them some good people and all of this crap. And then you see this guy right here, like, really? They was good people? How? Well, look how this man talked. Look how deflective he is when it comes to dealing with, the issue at hand, the biggest issue at hand, which is white supremacy. You can't address black supremacy without addressing white supremacy first, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I take a lot of offense to him, because he's jumping. You know what I'm saying? He moving the goalposts, as they say. Skull number on last night on Just Say No the Skull show. He had a young man who had met Jake Paul. I mean, not Jake Paul, but the guy, was it Jake Paul? No, actually the dad, McAuliffe. Sorry about that. He met Jeff McAuliffe, right? He said when he seen him after the little meeting thing or whatever that they had, he said he seen him in the hallway. Jeff McAuliffe, right, y'all? The guy who talking about unity and this ain't a black thing. He said he tried to speak to the man, and the man ignored him and looked away, shunned him off, basically, pretty much. Now,
So you mean when he went to the family conference?
the press conference, yeah, yep.
Oh, okay.
But my bad, not the press conference. I'm sorry. It was right after it was right after he got out. It was right after Carmelo Anthony got out at the
Oh, okay.
trial. I mean, not the trial, but the hearing or whatever for his
Right.
bond.
When he got out of jail.
Yeah. Now I know the bond is pissing you off. I get it, bro. You upset because you feel like your son's attacker has got away. But in actuality, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I get that. And you have a right to feel the way you feel. But if you claiming that you want to be having unity and you all about peace with brothers and sisters, and you want to keep the peace with the black community, you have to show that same solitude, bro. You got to still be that way. You don't switch up. You know what I'm saying? You stay that way. You stick to what you stick to your guns. You can say the brother spoke to you. You can say how you doing, man, and leave that there. You know what I mean? You don't have to ignore the man, shun the man off. That's not a sign of somebody who wants unity among the American people. That's the same thing as separatism.
Yeah, get a lot of conflicting reports. That I know that the Metcalf cussed that same guy out right on Saturday. Told him he don't want the white people over there.
Prince, you got to speak up.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you, Prince.
You very low.
My bad, I had my mic up. But yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. I said, yeah. Yeah, that guy don't know what side he want to be on. He want unity 1 minute and 1 minute. No, I'm gonna take this. He ain't gonna let the extreme. What he ain't. This is what he doing. He letting people know he ain't an extremist. He just want justice for his son. He ain't co-signing them extreme folks. Cuss that guy out. Got to get out of here. Everything on. He was on the phone though. He didn't show up to that, but he couldn't show up to that. So at the same time, Metcalf is trying to move very slick. He's trying to move very smooth. Come to the black event.
Yeah, he's trying to
Don't
be
go to the white
undetected.
event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's trying to go undetected. He's trying
That's
to
it.
do what they call save face. He's trying to save face for black people, show up, be looked at as a creep, because what he did was it backfired. Now, if you trying to show the family solitude and you trying to be, we both suffering in this pandemic together type ish, togetherness attitude, then you would have done that off the camera. You would have went to their house. You would have called them. You would have got their number. You would have made it known. I even take it even further. You would have made it known at the bond hearing, right? You would have told the news reporters, you know what? This is a lesson that we all gotta learn. I'm not upset with the McCall family. Not the McCall family, but with the with the Anthony family. I'm not upset with the Anthony family. I'm not holding that on them because we play a part in the situation. My son played a part in the situation. They both are to blame, right? That very word would have came from this man's mouth. It would have made these things of us accepting him a lot more easy.
Real easy. Like I said, the reports I'm getting is the guy ain't doing too bad, but it'll get, like I said, get a lot of conflicting reports. So I just look for it as a grieving father. They didn't want his son to be, I don't think his son need to be dead. But like I said, he don't know everything neither. He know everything, but he don't know everything. They ain't telling him everything neither. Cops ain't telling him everything. So he gonna have to wait. He ain't getting all the tape. He ain't got all the video. So he don't know. Like only person that might know is the lawyers or whatever. But the only person that gonna know is Anthony and them gonna know.
Exactly. Carmelo Anthony and them know. He told his family what happened. They know all detail. And not only that, I'm pretty sure one of the friends, I think two of the friends stepped up too already in the last, I would say maybe 3 or 4 days, and they've been speaking up. So they know that the Anthony family knows very well that Carmelo is standing on defense principles, and he was being bullied. It's going to narrow down to the nitty gritty of Carmelo Anthony being bullied. And y'all bootlicking black people, y'all going to have to swallow y'all pride and own up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bootlicking. Hey,
Yeah, because
anybody got any in it? Because I need to find out. Is Candace Owens covering this story? I need to know if Candace Owens covering
nope.
this story.
And you know what? That's crazy. Unfortunately, she's not.
Just like you don't see Benjamin Crump, just like you don't see Al Sharpton, you don't see none of the so-called civil rights leaders standing up for Carmelo Anthony. They're not saying anything. We're being Crump at. What the
But
other one
salute
they
to
do?
Quanell X, though, because Quanell X speaking on it.
Well, yeah. That telling me right there, Anthony finna walk. If Candace Owens ain't covering this
There we
story,
go.
that's a red flag.
There we go.
That's why I asked the question. Because I follow just for the
And
information.
then people
Hear what
don't,
you
and
say.
then people not catching, the fact that that's why the judge lowered the bond. That's why the judge lowered, because that judge know. They showed the judge. The judge probably seen the tape and everything. So what sense do it make the judge for her to convict a man, you know what I mean? A young man who ain't did nothing to nobody, trying to get shelter in the rain and was approached and attacked. Come on.
Yeah, they got the video.
They probably looking like, you know what? This gonna teach people to stop talking about something until they had the facts.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Queen. Facts.
As far as the bail is probably the only thing they did wrong. As far as that high bail, but that's based off your litigation though. You got to come, Texas. Texas is different. You got to have somebody represent your ass. You got somebody to represent you, they capitulate like a motherfucker. But if you let
See what
them
I'm saying?
represent you, they
See
gonna
what I'm
mess up.
saying?
That's how Texas
Come
get
on,
down. You gotta have
they saw.
you better have
They seeking
$5
out.
grand.
It
You
ain't
better have
stop.
$5
Yeah, it
grand.
ain't stop. Man, it ain't stop, man. They seeking out to hang this young man as easy, as quick as possible to make an example. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it's a double-edged sword, because if they do that to him, then we understand and we see, which we already been knowing for years, everything that the FBAs have stated is true about America. They take, man, they turn the tables on black people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if the guy was white, it would be a whole. It probably wouldn't even be no trial, man. He probably would be on a monitor. He probably be on probation on a monitor for 2 years and it's over with.
If they put that case under as involuntary manslaughter, he can't beat that. That's how Texas gonna get it. They gonna put the lesser charge on him, though he can't beat. Can't beat manslaughter. Ain't beat that at all.
Exactly.
They're not gonna put the murder 1, murder 2 on him. They're not. Texas ain't doing that.
No, of course not. Of course not.
He'll walk. So they'll put a lesser charge on him. Probably try to get a plea deal. That's what they're gonna try to do. And he might, it might got to do a year or something like that and walk. But if he want to fight it, then he got to do the whole 10. So that's what they're gonna do to him, unless it's just undisputed evidence that they won't get him for that. They just get him with a weapon charge. Just having a
Exactly.
weapon.
There we go. Exactly. There we go. They're gonna say something about the weapon because they're gonna try to, they can't zero in on it because it was self-defense, most undoubtedly. Okay. But like you just said, it's gonna be some kind of drawback from that weapon. See, they're gonna say something about a weapon somewhere, like maybe what you think? Aggravated assault?
Yeah, they're gonna get him, right.
They're gonna try to hit him with an aggravated assault charge.
Yeah, they're gonna hit him
Yep.
with something less.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna hit him with something. Because they ain't even brought
Yeah,
the
he's not gonna
charge
just
yet.
get away scot-free with this. No, he's not. The case is too much publicized. It's too highly publicized.
Oh, unless it was what they try to say it is a thing for the spikes or something. If it's that, then yeah, he'll beat it. But if it's if it's the little spike,
You talking about the cleat sharpener?
Cleat cleaner.
Yeah, they say it was a cleat sharpener. That it wasn't even a knife from his book bag. It was a cleat sharpener.
So if it's that, then he'll beat it because he said okay. He just had something. He just want to get this guy off of him. He just grab what he could find and get it off of him. So it's a couple of key factors. And if it come in his favor, then yeah, they'll walk. You'll be hearing trying to get him to do a plea so bad it'd be so ridiculous that it'd be like probation or something like that. They gonna try to do something. They're gonna try to do a young thug on him or something. They're gonna try to do something slick. No, just give
It's some lies. It's some lies online too.
Y'all don't think like this boy can just walk away from this like time just dropped?
Man, I want him to. I ain't gonna lie, Queen. My prayers is that he go scot-free on this. But we know how this justice system set up, family. For us to think that he's gonna get directly clean slate away from this would be us being naive to certain facts. You understand what I'm saying? But that's why me and the brother was just saying it's gonna be something. They're gonna do something. They're gonna make some kind of example out of this young man. But at the same time, the justice system and the fact that he was approached is gonna outweigh the intensity of the crime. Let's put it like that. Because once we see how bad the McCall brothers approached him and what they did, and we see the proof of him that's gonna wing all of that other stuff that they're talking about him, a knife wielding thug and all that crazy crap is gonna knock it out. But the fact that his life was lost is gonna be something that they're gonna try to hold him for.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
So it's gonna have to be undisputed, like you say, undisputed evidence that it was the click sharpener. It was that the guy was trying to basically run from him, but they see it on film, they see it on video, and that's why when he turned into him, popped him, then took off and ran because he was trying to get away from him. And them two things, yeah, then Texas let him walk. It's got to be something like that, and they got to be able to see it. Like, oh no, we ain't wasting our time with this.
Yeah, the video gonna show. I'm telling you, brother, the video is gonna show that because that's why the judge awarded
Texas
him
drop
that
it now.
bond. That's
If he
the
hard, if he got a
yeah.
good lawyer, it's up to his lawyer. If his lawyer is real good, I think he is. If his lawyer good, and that video is good, he'll walk off. But they're walking there. You really want this man? We can go on and stop this now, and then y'all can go on, and he ain't never got to show up here. He get out of town. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the kind of deal they're gonna have to make if they know that they ain't got nothing. Cause if he gone, and then folks try to show up there to the courthouse and deal with the courthouse, I advise them. I'm gonna tell you right now. I advise them crazy white folks, don't show up down there. Them Texas white folks will smash the gas on you. Them Texas laws will smash the gas on anybody. They don't care what you look like. They
right.
want you to look like me, but you ain't gonna go up there acting like me though.
Come on now.
Regardless what color you is, you ain't gonna go up there acting like me now.
Nah, you
They
sure
already
ain't.
had cops. They said they had 100 cops out there. They had 100 cops out there this weekend. Over 100.
At that family conference, Dominique
Yeah.
Alexander was saying that he had something. I mean, he knows something about, but he was kind of telling everybody to just calm down and wait because there are a lot of stuff that we don't know.
That's right.
And that's what he said. This pastor that did the family, the conference, or whatever you call it.
I see that.
So there's a lot out there that we don't know. We just got to wait and see. I'm praying that he walk. I'm praying.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like y'all.
I want him to be able
right.
to walk away from that.
I've been around here long enough to know.
That's right. That's right, B Sparrow. That's right.
I believe in miracles. And I'm praying that this one.
Don't get me wrong now. Hey, don't get me wrong now. Hey, it's possible now. It's not possible. I'm not doubting the possibility that he can walk scot-free. I'm not doubting it, right? But like I said, for us to just say that he will walk scot-free, it's kind of us kind of being a little naive to the technicality on the depths of Austin being gone now. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna take that too lightly. I don't think they one thing, as we see with Jake Lang, they sensitive when it comes to white death. You see what I'm saying? It's a sensitivity, boy. But when it's a black man, oh yeah, they don't even give a damn. They're gonna talk about him for like 2 or 3 days, and then they moving on to the next issue. Only thing black man get is a 30-second segment on the news.
I'm praying hard. Yeah. Boy, y'all just don't know.
But prayers do create miracles, so ain't nothing wrong with that. I know the power of prayer, y'all.
Tell you, man, if God people come together, Most High people come together as one and get the praying and Lord and get the wailing.
There we go.
Y'all know how it
There we
is.
go.
Y'all know how we.
Y'all gonna make that man walk scot-free. I see what y'all doing. Look, you and B Sparrow already created. You and Abram Shires already created a plan. Y'all finna pray on the low end fast because y'all he can get away with it.
Now, see, when I tell you I'm praying,
Y'all
for
prayer
that young
warriors.
man,
I know.
I am praying.
I know. I see too. I see.
Yeah, Yeah, people don't know what we know. I know what the power of prayer. We
Trying
can't.
to tell you.
Trying to tell you.
We
I'm
like
trying to tell you.
When somebody say, touch me and put your hands on me and see what happens, you know they mean business. They
Man.
mean business. They don't. That's
Man.
like saying, I don't mess with nobody. I don't mess with nobody. But put your hands on me and see what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly. If me, you, and April Showers, and even the brother Pierre, we go to a restaurant right now, right? And it's a dude in front of us. A dude, he don't look intimidating. He a small guy, right? And it just so happened I want to get in the front of him, and I'm like, hey, bro, you taking too long to order. I'm gonna order me some food. And if that man tell me, step and push me and try to order your food before me and see what happened, do you think I'm gonna try to order my food before this man? Do you think y'all will order your food before this man? Exactly. Come on now.
They don't know the culture. They don't know the culture, brother. They don't know the culture.
Man. Come on now.
You know what?
But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing.
Oh, I'm going to say you got to come over here.
Is I felt
Wait, let me tell April.
Daddy is full of shit. The Metcalf man,
Don't forget.
he full of shit.
April.
Everything that's going on. Don't let that daddy fool y'all.
April. Co-host in the back got something to say.
Okay, come on, co-host in the bedroom.
Let's go, co-host. Salute, bro.
Yeah, he's
Come on, brother.
always been
Come
our
on, brother.
co-host from the bedroom.
Go ahead.
Carmelo.
That's what's up.
Go to that track meet or whatever it was. Didn't go there, plan to kill somebody.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, we heard him. He got to get closer to the mic though a little bit. He got to get a little bit closer to the mic.
Oh, okay, let me turn the mic because y'all know he.
Yeah, bring Jules on
Okay.
here.
He coming. Oh Lord, he done hopped in the wheelchair. Y'all done it.
There we go.
He didn't go to that place, planning on killing nobody.
Yep.
He had, they say he used the sharpener for his track shoes to kill the boy. But that wasn't his plan. Like he said, he touched me and found out. He remember he had that thing in his bag, and it was two of them. Them some big white boys.
Yeah.
So
225. Them brothers are 6 feet and 225, brother. Come on now. He 130 pounds, soaking wet. Come on now.
Jesus, David and Goliath.
Both of them come to him. Even if the other one won't come to him, that would have been my thought. If it was twins out there, that'd be my thought. I got to fight this joker, and I know I got to fight his brother too.
Right.
And no, that man ain't trying to say mean to kill nobody. It just happened.
That's right.
Because somebody put their hands on it.
They up around and found out.
There we go. FIFO. There we go. FIFO. They know about that FIFO. They know about what that FIFO is.
Why is it that if I decide to tell somebody, this ain't what you want?
Right.
I just saw a post on Facebook.
This ain't what you want. You put your hands on me or touch me, we going there. So I'm basically warning you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was warning before destruction.
Clear warning. Clear.
So what's wrong with that?
And if they saw it, if he pulled it out into him and he warned them that way, then it's a done deal. Yeah, man. Like if I show you the brash to you, say, run up on me, man, leave me alone. And you still throw your hands at me, and then I'm retreating at the same time. Oh no. And that's self-defense.
The McCall brothers' arrogance is so funky. You could still smell it now. You can still smell it from the situation because they just because he was thinking, oh, my brother right here, so ain't nothing gonna happen. Oh, my brother got my back, so ain't nothing gonna happen to me either. Shit, see, y'all can't bully y'all way through everything. You can't just go everywhere just taking shit, pushing people and making people do it. Being a bully all your life, it's a lot of. And I know we learned from the story, and I'm trying. Hey, excuse me if it come off a little wrong, y'all, but there's a lot of dead bullies right now. Bullies been dying for a long time.
Trying to tell you.
And they gonna keep dying. So come on now.
I know 3 bullets that got in my era got pimped on. One got pimped on. One bullet got pimped on at a bowling alley. Okay, he just kept beating up on this dude. Like he'll walk up on the dude, right, push him, then dude swing on him. He couldn't whoop the bullet, but he swing on him. He kept doing it for a whole year. And had a big party over here. This old Don Carter's. Yeah, he wasn't at the schoolyard this time. So he had a right to have him a little he had a right to have him a little pistol at this time. Dude ran up on him. And he tried to swing on him. He pulled out that pew pew. I don't know what happened to the guy. Never heard the story or happened here. But, he might have got a little time. But, yeah, that guy kept beating up on him.
He got that FIFO. He put that FIFO in his life. Man. Y'all gonna put some respect on that FIFO name, man. Y'all gonna put some respect on that FIFO, man. See, that's the thing. That's another thing. See, look, the situation stems from school bullying. See, they think they can keep bullying everybody around their life, bullying people in their hood, bullying their family members. People getting tired of that. People
he was able to bully them at the school, but he wasn't gonna. He was able to bully them at the school, but he went into a real life situation. See, Don Carter, that's a bowling alley. That's real life. That's street.
There we go.
You can bully him at their yard, but you ain't gonna bully him on the street. So he tried to
Sure
punk him on
ain't.
the street and didn't work out for him, man.
Facts.
His name was Mookie. I remember that back in 1991. Yeah. Right before I was in middle school at the time, right when I came to Y, that just happened. Right when I came, they were talking about that.
See, FIFO been in the game for a long time. FIFO started in the 90s, y'all. FIFO just started now. I hope y'all don't get it twisted. Listen to what the brothers just said. FIFO started back in the 90s. There we go. It did the name. Yeah, it just finally got the coin the phrase. Because before FIFO, because before it was FIFO, y'all know what it was before that? I'm gonna tell y'all.
What was
it? It was wish a nigga would. You know what I'm talking about?
I wish a nigga would.
Remember when brothers was doing stuff just to start some shit, just to make sure, so it'd be clear. They used to do that just because they know it was gonna be somebody dumb as hell that's gonna jump over.
And the females had the $150 in the hairnet for the girl bullies.
There we go.
That's where $150s come from. That was the female game. That's up in New York. You might see. You got that one called Scar. Remember the rapper Scarlett, the Scar?
Yeah, Scarlett. Man, salute to Scarlett, beautiful self, man. I love that woman, man. She got some great music, man.
Like somebody got up with the $150 though.
Yeah, they got her with on that lip. That's why that lip got a scar on it. Yep. She was running her mouth too much. See what I'm saying?
Or she might was trying to bully somebody, and the girl said, "Nah."
Something. Yeah. Facts.
So yeah.
That's just like Suge Knight. We got to talk about Suge Knight too.
No, yeah, he
Y'all
got.
remember what Suge Knight was doing? Remember Suge Knight used to. Hey, remember on the movie when he caught that man in his parking spot? You in my parking spot? Beat up dude in front of Dr. Dre. Then next thing y'all know what happened. Suge Knight went to the club. And he caught that good FIFO. It ain't the 90s no more, Suge. Niggas got their weight up. Some of these niggas, hey, throw them hands too now.
Oh, I caught that on Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx had brought that guy that did Suge Knight there.
Oh, for real?
He was a barber. You know, he used to be in the street a little bit, but that time he was just a barber. He was in the club, and Suge told him. Suge was talking much to him. Dude just looked at Suge and said, "We can step outside." Suge like, "Oh, you like her?" Suge was like crunk, like, "Oh, I like this type of party," you know.
Yeah.
Man, he ran out there and got domed. Pow! Bye-bye, Suge.
Went to sleep.
Sleep.
Suge slept like he slept to the front. Like Suge had that sleep like he was dived in the bed after drinking all night. He was punch drunk. I'm talking about bro knocked him, laid him on the street, man.
No, they said, but they asked him what happened, and he said that he got a call from Suge after that. He called him. He said, "What do you think when Suge called him?" He said, "Man, I was ready for whatever, but when Suge called him, Suge came on the phone, said, 'Hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. You're a real man, man. I can't do nothing but respect you, man. Hope you have a good life, man, and If I see you get anywhere, man, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna bother you. I ain't gonna have nobody bother you, man. Ain't nobody gonna touch you, man. That's definitely nobody gonna touch you. Hug the phone up. That's what Suge did. So he called back and
See?
let him know it was square business.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took it like a man.
He took it like a man, took it like a G on the chin. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you
It was
supposed
square
to, see?
business. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
man.
real
People get
about it.
tired, man. People get tired,
Yeah,
man.
you know, Suge to find the information on the guy and everything. Seen the guy wasn't related to nothing like that. So nah,
Yeah.
he was a civilian. You know, he's always Suge know he was way out of bounds. He got what he deserved on that one. You know, because you know he ain't gonna be bothered with no civilians, no way. Shit. So
Yeah.
So I had caught that. That was on the foxhole back in the day, man. Back when everybody had serious info, serious radios in their
Oh
truck.
yeah, yeah. I remember, yeah, Sirius Radio is true. Facts. I still fuck with it though. Salute to Sirius Satellite Radio, man.
Oh yeah,
They be
yeah,
jamming, man. Nice little rate. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It be jamming. They used to be on the
Yes,
NFL
sir.
radio hard back in the day. They used to do the foxhole. Well, they used to build at the foxhole. Foxhole used to be funny, boy.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, he had. I remember he had what's the name over there? What time? He had with Steve Harvey and Cat Williams got into it. He had Steve Harvey on the show. That was funny. Steve said, "I don't know what's wrong with him." Steve Harvey was crying. And Cat called you out, man. It was it's going to be a battle. He calling you out, man. Stop. I don't know what he thought that was.
Facts.
But I digress.
Well, guys, I'm gonna get on and hop on down. I enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah,
Like
enjoy the
always.
conversation. Yeah, good
Yeah,
conversation.
I hope y'all learned
All the
about
time, y'all.
music. You know, it's unaliving us. This is one quick question I'm gonna ask everybody, and then we can end the show. Do y'all think that there's something bigger going on? Like this is a distraction for something else that's going on, or this is what it is?
Yeah,
I think there's something spiritual going on. I think it's a spiritual war, Sparrow. That's what I think.
A lot more news that popped off today. You know, found out politicians. They found out the name of the politicians taking kickbacks, and then they also got an alleged grape accusations on Shannon Sharp. That's what came out today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I got to go back and finish watching Tasha K's live. That's where I saw that on.
Right when Shannon finna get the $100 million
Yo,
deal though.
what you doing
That's
to
when this
him?
come
Yeah,
out.
you're trying to get him. There they go. Yep, there you go. They're trying to get him. Yep, yep. There we go. She jealous. She mad. She hurt. Man, that's fucked up, man. But let me iterate on the question at hand too before I go, and I'm gonna break that down. Yes, it is. It's definitely a spiritual war, and it's also a mental war. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the mental capacity, the mental capacity of what it is. Also, the mental stance on what's going on with the situation, because it's a war for your mind. You know what I mean? We gotta keep waking up, my people. We gotta stop being asleep. We gotta stop being so naive to fact, and stop trying to let the enemy buddy us into our own demise, because I think that's what is going on. I think it's called the overlay for the underlay. You know what I'm saying? Lie and tell us, oh man, we trying to be cool with y'all. Same thing they did to the Pilgrims. I mean, the Pilgrims did to the Indians. Remember, y'all. Remember the story. They got cool with them. They ate with them. They fed. They did their thing. But then they waited to the Indians went to sleep, and then they killed them all. Started chicken pox and stole their land. So we got to think about that. Nowadays, the land is equated to your mind and your energy. If they could take your mind and your energy away from you, they already won. The soul gonna come right after that. So we got to keep that in mind. We can't lose our soul. We got to stand on business. If we ain't never stood on business, never no time in the 90s, the 2000s, earlys, now is the time, my people. We got to stop being blind to the fact and stand accountable and stand firm and stand on 10 toes and get back to the community and the tribe that we used to be. And that's what's going to suffice us.
100.
Amen. Yeah, I agree. It is a spiritual warfare. Mental. It's time for us to realize what we got to do, because it is something on the books called Race 84 Ken Alfred plan. It won't be this guy that's in here now But any one of these no good demon crack guys, they're gonna pull the trigger on it. Especially if we act the fool the way they want us to. That's why they brought all them other people in here. So we be isolated, and then that's justified reason to go on and pull that little low level they want to pull. Even Alex Jones talked about it about a decade ago. Yeah, Alex Jones talked about it. That's why they don't like him. So, and they had the doggone plastic caskets and everything. So black folks are gonna have to get together and either remove yourself from the voting block altogether, mind your business, get back Wall Street type of mess, Tulsa, and get back to collectivism and get back to really Booker T. Washington mindset.
Yeah. Well, I believe the spiritual warfare. I believe like nothing hasn't changed. Just looking at history repeat itself over and over again. It's like, to me, we're gonna have to become the person. I don't care if you what's your race, color, political, or religious views. If I warn you and tell you do not mess with me, today ain't the day. You steady come for me, you gonna get what you got coming from me. Whether if you Pluto cussing out, putting hands, anything. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Go wait for you to give me the thumb up.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah,
But
what you say?
you gotta watch out because people will lie and change the whole story, the whole narrative.
And I was gonna say, April, I was gonna say it's very easy to do that now, especially with AI. Very easy.
They manipulate everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why every story you see ain't gotta be real.
Of dealing with a dirty alleged pastor that stay in this building. Dirty lying, scheming, dirty wench. So that's what I see, and I mean what I say. And
Yeah.
about it, I feel like I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't God's people.
No, they not. And some of these pastors ain't nothing but natural disaster.
Everybody ain't God. Yeah. And so as you can see, you got the Mecca outfit. Talk about he's God, he wearing the cross and faith. See how he been sneak dissing. You see Jake Long talking about the Christian wearing the cross, but doing other things that not going to interference with this dirty stuff over here in this building. So everybody that say they God's people, they ain't God's people. Lucifer got kids. So if anybody else don't want to say anything, I can end this show.
Yeah, pretty much, man. You got people about
Y'all have a good one.
Okay.
All right, now salute y'all. Big blessings on blessings.
Great.
Hey, great show, April Showers. We appreciate you, Queen.
All right. Thank you. Everybody have a great day.